If this history in the making, I'm him. In the environment where tyrants desire sin. You think you got one up? Surprise, we tied again. You tried to win, I seen through the snake skins and fine prints. Now fine prints convinced our destinies intertwining. The stars alignment, Rex non-POTUS Picard won't stop indictments. Chastisements, the kingdom needs refinement. Traumatized samurais revitalized to step inside Noah's mind, then weaponize your demise. New world is mine, you're compromised. This Darwin's time, designed without concubine. Open minds prophesize the grind will be monetized. Intent make the difference, no expense for the vision. Sabbath malicious, both savage and vicious. Content won't gift us magnificent riches. Derelicts description depicted decisions, detailing resisted submissions. With wisdom fly with ambition, or die for recognition. That's why you should be forgiven. If truth hurts, then proof works, cause pain proves that we're living. No excuses, I'm sinning, vigilant for the mission. No vigils when ascending, all doors go to heaven. They plotting to change the ending, destroying all the properties, hoping we die in poverty. So come the day it costs to breathe, I'm going on a robbing spree. Starting with the banks who broke us to crash the economies. Judicial system for the needs, and I'ma watch your honor bleed. Abominably these pharmacies, counting cash in harmony. School system harmonies, youth who find it hard to read. Food clogs our arteries, mentally we part the seas. Social media cause disease, the rich playing monopoly. Violently we call for peace.
I control the light and the darkness, and these demons, they all march to my command. I am the judge, I judge the dead, I judge the living. You are guilty. The only thing you will receive is your fate sealed by Sister Abigail's gift. And then, against your will and against everything that you stand for, I will take my rightful place among the gods as the new face of
no purpose scheme, truthfully sniff lines off my loose leaf. Go Harambe Kokulusti. Your dogs are just maxing goofy. When I'm dead, you'll hear my tomb speak. No sadness in my eulogy, a champion undisputedly. Limousines and hoopties, my linen clean, I'm groovy. Give me all the pearls, rubies, emeralds, and rupees. Bacon, biscuits, and hoo-wee. Me and my brothers doobies. Remember trapping out 2B, y'all like remind me of 2B. Same widows who tried to ruin me. Expose agents incompetence, I've been to hell and I sponsored it. Synonymous with omnibus, my oculus is opulence, I conquered this. Quest now every breath is an accomplishment. Paint mules from here to Compton, then throw parties in the promised land. I slaughter lambs, use their blood as condiments. Suggest you save your compliments. I'm dropping gems and you should cherish them in case I never drop again. The warlock who the shaman sent, that never changed regardless of a sharp percent. My catalog a historical document. Let them cook. This the last supper, my greatness is rediscovered. Represent my people, my family, that's word to mother. Shine for all the times it felt like no one ever loved us. Classic 1-to-1, I challenge you to find another. This the last supper, my greatness is rediscovered. Represent my people, my family, that's word to mother. Shine for all the times it felt like no one ever loved us. Classic 1-to-1, I challenge you to find another. Nah, get back here, we not done yet, listen. Holy sacrament, extravagant contaminants will vaporize your amulet. The world is my battleship. Bloodsport addict philanthropist, they'll beat you to a sack. Excuse me, sorry, I'm just passionate. The so-called irreverence, destroy him with such elegance. I'm back now, this the revenant. No time to sit and reminisce. Don't question if I'm meant for this. Grit your teeth with emphasis. Mistrust leads to incidents. Go back and read the Genesis, then skip the Revelations. Got paradise in the making. When the circle destination, I'll punish all who forsaken. When destiny says she waiting, faith show me the way. Then at this rate, my concentration eviscerates the complacent. The gods are my new foundation, built wealth to last generations. Show me the new kings and I'm crashing their coronation. In the midst of those resenting me, never have I sensed defeat. Distracting all my sensories, but never let them censor me. Been down to...
Man. You trying to tell me Classic don't want to come? No, we gonna get his ass in here, y'all.
What is it that you want?
I'm just trying to figure out why I'm here.
I told you already.
I'm stupid.
Because you are.
What do you mean? Don't touch me.
Put him down. I said put him down.
Stop. Yo.
Thank you.
Are y'all recording?
Warning, some viewers may find the following talent dope as This episode of The Review Room is intended for mature audiences only. San Fernando.
Yeah, man, but he's gone now.
Introducing for the very first ever live and in person Review Room.
You know it's time for the review.
All right, guys, hold up 1 second. Hold up, we having some difficulties. You know, the guest didn't even know he was coming, so we had to drag his ass into the review room tonight. Hey, yo, thank you for coming to the review room, y'all. Sorry for being late. Just trying to figure out some things. Y'all know how it is. But hey, welcome into the very first listening party in the review room. Thank y'all for coming. We're welcoming a super special guest tonight. Someone who's an incredible figure in our indie artist community. He is a lyricist, an MC, a hip-hop extraordinaire, and we're going to be listening to his newest drop. Y'all, this drop, like, 2 days ago, or, like, yesterday. I've been listening. I had the opportunity to hear 1 or 2 tracks before it came out, so I'm just going to brag right there so Classic can't say that that I didn't hear the music, you know what I'm saying, that I didn't hear it. Get in here. This guy, I appreciate y'all for the good energy. We gotta bring, I swear I'm gonna have to like grab his ass and bring him in here, because did y'all know that he didn't even know he was gonna be here? No, I'm just playing. What's good, Classic? We wanted to welcome the hip-hop extraordinaire and MC into the review, who, like I said, just dropped a new project, Son of Luca. Classic, how you feeling, bro?
I'm being held against my will. If anybody can hear me.
All right, we're just gonna mute him real quick. Hold on, y'all. No, I'm just playing.
No, we're good. We're good. You know, excited to do great things, man. We're good with y'all.
Man, it's been a dope week. Super productive. Getting a lot of stuff done. I'm really excited to hear your album, man. So, I mean, we're going to talk a lot about, you know, specific songs and everything, but for those who aren't super familiar with you or your work or, you know, your brand or anything like that, what can you tell us about Classic? Who is Classic?
Man, like I said, if you like club music and music to turn up to, you know, stay the fuck away from me, because that's not the type of music we make over here. It's strictly for the hip hop heads, music with a message. You know, just all things that make you listen. You know, we keeping hip hop alive, beats and bars all day. You know, no whack rappers, no whack shit, no whack music. You know, staying true to what we do. You'll experience more of what that is as you listening to the album.
Say that last thing again. You said to listen to what it is for, what'd you say?
I said you a goat, man, and I appreciate you having me here. It's gonna be fun, and you know we're gonna enjoy the album.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are, Classic. Thank you so much for joining us, bro.
I didn't have a choice.
Yeah, you really didn't. So we're gonna we'll talk about that later, you guys. No, it's funny. You know, I've actually been trying to get Classic in the review room for like 6 months. You know, I had to like text him, call him every day. Don't even ask me how I got his number. You know what I'm saying? I went through the yellow pages. They were in there. I had to look at one from like 1985, and it just so happened to be his name in there. So I was lucky enough to get a hold of him and get him in here tonight. But I'm excited to start playing
Literally
music, man.
got a hold of me.
Literally, guys. No, but I'm excited to start playing your new body of work, Son of Luca. So before we, you know, really dive into it and get to the listening party, what do you wanna, or what can you tell us about Son of Luca and the themes, inspiration, or creative process?
First and foremost, the one thing I can tell you is this was exactly like nothing I originally planned it out to be. Like long story short, when I started doing music again in 2023, one of the first producers I linked up with was Kill. Um, you know, we talked, we chopped it up, got the beats from him, and initially I was gonna drop this album like maybe June of 2023, but I wanted to build up more and I wanted people to hear me and see what it is that we do over here. So fast forward to 2024, the plan was to drop Black Sheep Chronicles, then drop Life's a Beauty, and then we were gonna drop Son of Luca in like July. Obviously that didn't happen, hence why I dropped it January 1st already. But the album was going to be something completely different. The topics, the concepts. I really wanted to go at people's necks. I really wanted to like, just show them what we do with the pen. But Son of Luca, the title track, was the first song I ended up making for this back in like August. And I just built everything around that and the concept of Luca, which is a scientific acronym for Last Universal Common Ancestor, which is essentially saying that there's a single cell organism that connects us all. And I idolize that into being that that's the reason that we're all connected and we all have this form of empathy and can relate to each other through different struggles. Even though we come through different walks of life, we still, like, nobody died, but we all know what it's like to experience death, type of deal. So that was kind of the basis of everything, was showing the interconnectedness of humanity. And that's what this album was built around, pretty much.
What a beautiful concept, man. The interconnectedness of humanity. Like, wow. I'm gonna hold on to those words as I listen to this album, Son of Luca. Y'all, thank you guys for joining us. It's gonna be a great first listening party, and we're honored to host this with Classic tonight. Make sure y'all check out his Bandcamp. Let me actually show you guys and get my screen reoriented here. There we go. So make sure y'all go to his Bandcamp and check this out. I think Classic had actually mentioned an exclusive for the fans, right? Didn't you tell me that on Bandcamp is actually where you get like the best?
Yeah, so like if you go to Bandcamp, like you get the album and then like you get the back cover and then you get one of the promo videos. But I mean, between us, since we're the only ones here, if you go to the website, it might be like slightly cheaper and you get all of the promo videos that we did for it, which, like, real quick, shout out, cause I had 3 different people do some of these promos for me. And the first one was Wizard. He did the first promo piece, and then the second piece was someone very special to me that I got to do for the promo piece, was like a part 2 to the one that Wizard did. And then obviously I'm sure you guys know it was Amar who did the third one. And then I did number 4 and number 5. So if you actually go to the website and buy it off of there, you get all 5 of those promo videos included with that.
Y'all heard it. Make sure y'all support Classic, especially with this new body of work that he came out with, Son of Luca. If you buy it on Bandcamp, or if you even go on his website, which is theamentaasylum.com, that's where you can get all the best deals and all the best ways to support Classic. Honestly, the best way to support a artist, Classic. What do you think? In 10 words or less.
Honestly, a lot of people would think financially. Like, with my answer starting now, word of mouth at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Word of mouth. Yeah, because if you, so like, for example, if you're not going to buy the album, but you share it with people,
yeah,
more than likely somebody you share it with probably going to buy the album. So I think word of mouth is probably a top tier form of currency.
Y'all heard it from Classic. Word of mouth. Show some love. Real talk. That's a great way to support someone, and it doesn't cost a thing. So retweet, share, all that stuff. I think a great way to support an artist, also to go on there, buy their albums. I just bought Son of Luca, so I'm definitely going to be jamming that for the next.
I mean, I think, fam, one of the biggest things that's missing the music for me is just being able to relate to the music. I feel like that's the thing. Like, I come from an era where the culture, you listen to something and like the music fed you. You know what I mean? Like, you could be going through something and you could know somebody going through something and the music kind of spoke to that. And to me, nowadays, we don't have a lot of music like that.
The black sheep been forsaken, the past me is reawakened. Been left for dead, I'm reflecting the path I chose, I'm embracing. Middle fingers, the implications, I did it or you're mistaken. Son of Luca, I made it, I thank you for all your patience. Epiphanies, revelations, the synergy of persuasion. Getting from me innovations, how could I be someone's favorite? Get away from me, just wave to me, keep distance, it's the safest. Not used to feeling love, how am I worthy of salvation? Sat inside that cell, receive no mail, no visitation. Never been trapped in a cycle when you notice nothing's changing. Poverty poverty, addiction, some families lost to the chain gang. A cool with right, you controlling fate and getting souls claimed. I seen dreams deferred, get lost in shadows where the hope fade. They say every good girl go through heartbreak, then the hope phase. Stories that's in concrete, but the world's forgotten your name. I could never switch my stance, I always represent the fam. Circle gotten smaller, no longer considered camp. Eyes on the prize, not influenced by glitz and glam. Roots of fertile land, sharp and focused, steady hand. Wolves dress up as sheep and the snakes poison the lambs. Cultivate your garden, watch what the spirit will stand. Fruitful soil from the struggle, grew legacies to be grand. Always hustle, used to thief, but watch how quick I'll take a chance. And if you ever doubted me, just know you part of who I am. For this treasure found in me upon endeavor, shout with glee. I had to clear the cloud of tea for the power now to decree. I'm leveraging what's about to be, more the futures ain't holding keys. Love when the counting see every W counts for me. So when it's said and done, I'm Mr. Never Bow the Knee. You can catch me on the balcony, grateful to have my peace. Remember days I used to dream of victories I now achieve. Having faith I will ascend when my higher self is complete. Sobered up, I'm feeling free, still pouring drinks for the deceased. The last of a dying breed with the vestige of sympathy. I seen battles get lost by kings when serpents fly on eagles' wings. Deception cloaked in loyalty, the bitter fight betrayal brings. And these allies whisper venom, don't be blinded by the rings. I was raised by the fire, no ground will define my reign. Elated by desires to hear the angels who sing. I should probably say disclaimer, this album's product of pain.
More importantly,
Yo, that was Primordial Seed of Genesis by Classic. My bad, I got really into the song and I wasn't looking at my screen. That's honestly, bro, I really love your style of. I love the way you flow. You know what I'm saying? I think your tone is like, it's so distinct. I feel like I've said that so many times, but when you hear a track and you got Classic on it, you instantly know, like, there's no doubt in your mind. That's Classic right there. You know what I mean? You have a certain flow. You have a certain, like, even the way you speak, bro. It's like you're always telling a story, and it's not just like bars. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying like bars is a bad thing, right? I feel like we had this conversation the other day, but it's just you really are a wordsmith, like a poet, and it's just it's really great to see this. I've listened to this album, y'all. Like, I mean, I've listened to a few of the songs probably like 10 or more times, but I've listened to this album in its entirety twice, and I think it's great, and I'm just excited to show you guys the rest. So Classic, I'll let you talk about the song. I'm sorry, I just
No, you good. I appreciate it.
yeah, man. So what was that? You know, what was flowing through your head when you wrote that? Like, was there a certain experience you had that you wrote that too, or is this just about somebody in particular? Or?
So like once again, going back to how this album was gonna be completely different. In the beginning, that was like one of the last things I recorded for the album. It wasn't even supposed to be like bars on there. It was supposed to be like a scene that we were setting up, but that's what came of it. Um, it's called Primordial, the Seed of Genesis, because obviously both of those things mean like the fundamental basis of life, the start. And if you listen to it, it like foreshadows the whole album. Everything that I speak on in that particular song plays out within the album. So like as we get through it, you'll see that there's, we talk about a girl going through heartbreak. We talk about people in poverty. We talk about people that's been locked up. We talk about everything that intro touches on. And it's the intro for me. I set it up as like the back of the cover of a book that you read, and it kind of gives you the synopsis of everything. So that was just the idea behind the intro, honestly, is encapsulating the album in full within those 2 minutes.
Yeah, you say a lot in this song, and so especially, I mean, you've made a lot of references to Black Sheep especially with your last EP and everything. Is there a significance behind the whole idea of the Black Sheep? I mean, I know you talk about it in some of your songs, but do you want to elaborate on it a little bit more?
Yeah, so like Black Sheep, the project we did, Black Sheep Chronicles, me and my brother that we produced, we did everything in house. Shout out to Scotie Keeys because he's the one who mastered it. But the beats, the stories, the lyrics, that was all me, and the beats was in part myself and then my brother, Chuck Morris. So Black Sheep is just something that's true to me because that's just what I always resonated with. That's who I am. That's who I was, and that's probably who I'm gonna remain. I always, pick a different path. I always go left when people go right. Cliche, cliche, yada yada. You get the message. Um, Basically, in a sense, I think I said this the other day. This album unintentionally became like the prequel to that, and Black Sheep Chronicles is kind of like the therapy session after experiencing it. So like the first lyric, it was unintentional. Again, a lot of this was unintentional, but the first lyric in the intro is the Black Sheep's been forsaken, and to I guess give that a definition was basically just meaning that um forsaken in the sense of like being overlooked, being discounted, being forgotten, being thrown to the wayside, being diminished, not seeing the worth in them, and that always stayed true to me because that was a big part of like the journey I've been on. I've always been that person, and so that ties into with Son of Luca, and the title track itself is realizing that there's a power within existing, because I feel like we are the universe having a human experience, and there's great power in that. So once you realize that, like, Black Sheep ascends as a goat, tap into your potential and realize what you're really capable of, and things turn out so much different than you see for yourself at the time that you're wondering about it.
Classic. You're an interesting character, man.
To say the least. Sometimes that's not a good thing, depending on who you ask.
No. I think it's dope. Like, I think a lot of people in here really enjoy hearing you speak because you have a lot of wise things to say, and I think you pour a lot of your heart into the music, and I can definitely see that just by reading your lyrics and just hearing the way you spit. But let's let the audience hear the rest of this album before we go yapping for another 15-20 minutes.
Let's go.
All right, bro. This is DNA of a Dream. Let me pull the lyrics up for y'all so y'all can enjoy it with me. DNA.
Yeah, I want to change lives on the timeline. I want music to shift things. I want people to be like, yo, man, that song spoke to me, and that song made me want to do better. That's what we should be doing out here. Changing more lives than lives.
Bills kept on piling, my ego equipped with talents. Now eating good off my talents. Prophetically, I'm astounded. My story rewrote the malice. Inside the struggle, found balance. My blood, sweat, and your tears, that liquid fill my chalice. Risen from the ruins, turn hell into my palace. Every step defy a challenge. I'm sanctified and refined. I'll exaggerate the minds. I'm a testament of time. Things I did for pairs of dimes. Now we're walking paradigm. Descending at the shrine. My presence become divine. In essence, immortalized. Redemption is sublime. Ephemeral decisions just inside the grand design. A paradox of pain entrapped in all of mankind. The synthesis of flaws and grace make the cosmos align. Where stars and fate combine. My heart, but heaven's gate will shine. The survivor coded net with each value that's intertwined. An enigma with sacred rhymes whose past curate the mind. This legacy is cipher inscribed beyond my prime. Rose up from the ashes, streets made you a venom. Taught ourselves to get it, never played a victim. Pain became my mantra, every score was a decision. Hustle in our veins, survival our religion. We rewrote the code, no longer trapped inside the system. Fell in love with failure, resilience the rhythm. Eyes on the prize, I said this grind is for the children. DNA of dreams, it's the reason families live. I had dreams to achieve, I learned to center my chief. Then I formulated sequence, that's Liberace. Hellos me relevante, soon it'll be Maserati. Life's a double-edged sword, I call it my mortal Simon. This a dirty game, I hope you understand assignments. Where we come from, it's a myth to see retirement. A gift to breathe, we quit to bleed. Product of my environment, hold up, moment of silence. Must redeem my sinner soul, red eyes gleam, look cynical. Make bread by 6 o'clock, I call that step my dinner roll. When the sun fades, it's cold. Money coming in intervals, my narrative to scripted mode. Dreams encrypted in ancient scroll, wisdom's in the ruins. Every lost birth in a new stage, been cursed since my youth age. Made some changes, a few plays, life's a prophet presage. My spirit's engaged, my brother still awaits arraignment. So if you do pray, rose up from the ashes, streets made you a venom. Taught ourselves to get it, never played a victim. Pain became my mantra, every score was a decision. Hustle in our veins, survival of religion. We rewrote the code, no longer trapped inside the system. Fell in love with failure, resilience the rhythm. Eyes on the prize, I said this grind is for the children. DNA is dreams, it's the reason families living. Trust that I'm no king, just embodying the vessel. Guided by celestials, never been a saint, but I could use a talk with Jeffro. Little homie face a quarter and that pain feel like it's death row. We sin to be successful cause the wind seem inaccessible. The climb is uneventful, but the grind being divine, that's what makes the path perpetual. Unforgettable, rainbow burden and potential. Scars became credentials, heart and existential crisis. To these goals I'm Midas, intuition yelling fight it. Most of family been divided, now reunions morph to riots. Reflection feeling biased, I can't see the light but lost in darkness burning pyres. The trauma damage iris, got no tears to pacify it. Sacrifice the pleasantries, I'm grateful for the memories. Control the self-esteem while we obtaining wealthy dreams. No more chasing empty schemes, but still I find my peace to grieve the faith I keep attracting victories. From the ashes, streets made you invent them. Taught ourselves to get it, never play the victim. Pain became our mantra, every score was a decision. Hustle in our veins, survival of religion. We rewrote the code, no longer trapped inside the system. Fell in love with failure, resilience the rhythm. Eyes on the prize, I said this grind is for the children. DNA of dreams, just the reason families living.
Classic. Man, what a track right there.
Go off.
One of my favorites.
Appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, no, one of my favorites for sure. Love being able to read the lyrics. It's really dope. I mean, what keeps you motivated? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I feel like this song is just, it's kind of about, you know, I mean, even at least the hook, right? Rise up from the ashes, streets bathe you in venom, taught ourselves to get it, never play the victim. Hustle in our veins, survival of religion, no longer trapped inside the system. Like, fell in love with failure, resilience to rhythm. This shit is dope, man. It's just like, what keeps you motivated? What has kept you resilient, you know, throughout times when you feel discouraged as an artist?
And you'll hear later on in songs just going through a bunch of things and realizing it's not my time, and at the same time understanding that time is very short and unpredictable and not guaranteed. And I just want to do a lot of things before I go wherever the next road is. You like in the hook itself, right? Like this grind is for the children. Like I said that, and plenty other songs and referencing that particular line because that's what it's about for me. Nothing, you know, you can't take nothing with you, and like, you know, people be like, oh, so like there's no point to leave anything either. But at the same time, it's like, what I'm doing and what I have intentions on doing is, you know, generational curses being broken, generational wealth being established. Just showing people that there's a way if you do it the right way, and a lot of times the right way is just simply doing it your way. I went against the grain many a times and got a better outcome than I've seen people who went with the grain and followed the crowd. It's just what keeps me going. It's just simply the fact that I'm not done and I still want to do things more so for my people rather than myself, because if I happen to go before them or even connect with some after me, that's what's going to be important, man. That's going to be what is where my impact really resonates, is with those that is not me. I could tell you what I did, I can tell you what I want to happen, but at the end of the day, it's going to be the people who was impacted by what I did that truly defines exactly what it is that I did. And for that reason alone, I want to make sure that it's something worthy, something remarkable.
Classic. Man, I swear, bro, you should make like motivational videos. You know what I'm saying? Like
Ain't trying to hear me, bro. Not
No,
yet.
I
They're
am,
going
man.
to though. They ain't gonna have a choice soon enough.
I love, you know, I love the concept of this song, DNA of Dreams. You know, I feel like that's a great way to just encapsulate what you just said. You know, breaking generational curses, like doing better than before, than the last. You know, but I wanted to talk more about the first line on verse 3 because it caught my attention when I first listened to the song. Right, trust that I'm no king, just embodying the vessel. Guided by Celestials. Never been a saint, but I could use a talk with Jethro. I'm gonna show y'all this one right here, so y'all can see what I'm talking about as well. So can you explain this line right here?
Me personally, man, I don't want to be called king. I don't want to be called goat. I don't want to be called legend. I don't want any of those type of acronyms that bestow that level of greatness. And it's not because I don't think I'm worthy. Like, listen, I very much refer to myself as royalty. It's just like I'm no king though. I'm just embodying the vessel, bro. Because again, when I'm gone, what I did that is left with the people after me is gonna be the impact that I've made, not while I'm here. And so like, kings, you can't be gone and be a king at the same time because you got to be alive to be a king. So like, I'm not none of that, man. Everything's for after I leave. Guided by Celestials just simply, is what I felt was like a witty way of saying, guardian angels type things. Guided by the guardian angels. I could use to talk with Jeffro. I mean, if you listen, even again, going even back to like Black Sheep Chronicles and just other songs I've done, there's a bunch of like spiritual and biblical references. And if you know who Jethro was in the Bible, it was somebody that essentially was like a confidant to Moses and gave him advice on how he should move. And Moses was considered a saint. And granted, I'm far from a saint, but I can definitely use to talk with Jethro at the end of the day because I need that type of guidance. And I think, we all do.
Yeah, dude. It's a really I think it's a humble thing that you say, and it's amazing how like knowledgeable and wise you are, yet how humble you are. And I just appreciate you coming into the review room tonight. Appreciate everyone that's in here tonight showing classic love. I just want to say what's good. Rachel, Mix RPD, he said let's do this. Wizard, Spark, thank you. Uggy, I appreciate you for coming through. I think we got someone on Twitch. Chicken stew, not soup. That's an awesome name on Twitch. Conslayer, the genre walker. And the soundman said, it's over, bro. It hasn't even begun. All right, it hasn't even begun. Only the host. Thank you so much. Much love. Classic, you want to say anything to all these beautiful people that are coming to support you?
Yeah, man. Just shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody showing love. Shout out to everybody showing up, supporting. Shout out to Amar for even having me on here to do this, to talk about it, to listen to it. Even though he like kidnapped me and made me sit in this dark room to talk with y'all about it, like it's not so bad, you know what I'm saying? So we're here just trying to be great. And
it's actually, y'all see that closet back there? Y'all see how it's cracked a little for some oxygen? He's actually in there right now.
No, 100%. Like
this is a
it's
joke.
scary.
I'm gonna have to put a disclaimer. This is a joke.
Nah, man, just shout out to everybody showing up, man, and I appreciate every ear, even if they just like, listen to the intro, man. Like I said, that encapsulates the whole album. So far as I'm concerned, if you listen to the intro, you listen to the album, but for the full experience, I would recommend you get to the album.
Yes,
yeah,
definitely. And
definitely.
we are gonna go ahead and go to the next track. This one is called "Mutation of a Hustler," the scripture, and I'm gonna show you all the lyrics as well.
It also it references that same particular line that you just brought up from that third verse. So, like this, what I said, like this whole album, everything's connected with one another, man.
Heroes and villains always have the same backstory.
By the album on Bandcamp.
Here's the new outcome. Heroes from years to hate. Villains hiking like life.
I've upheld the old kingly. I'll go broke before you king me. At a point where hell is dreamy, cause I burn for them to see me. It's only I who could redeem me. Foundation built from rubble, the mutation of a hustler. You was wasted, word to mother. Truth I faced, they had on cover. Crew was fake and never loved us. They were scared to claim they brothers. I'm one of very few. They data list, I'm nephew, said I'd never fly, I flew. They cut me out their life, hey, I was down to die for you. They said classic is a menace, I guess violence is my fetish. Getting high off the vendettas, but morals keep me tethered. They be jaded if you better. I've been saved through the music, scathed by your muses. I've escaped escaped all my abusers, still a junkie, not a user. The samurais arrived, it's your cue, pray for demise. Ancestors scrutinize, see the killer in the mind. Son of Luca, I'm revived by the simper, simplify. Won't forgive when tempers fly. My descent defines resilience, shine. Heaven sent my shrine, benevolent. Since my birth commenced, please don't send comments to my ascent, I'm fine. Every word's a tear I cry. My bloodline, just in time, no compliance, won't conform, we're divine. My chakras in the lines, one there's every I can spy. See, I started as a pawn, then I set the chessboard on fire. Been told that I will break, but redefine what was required. Amalgamation, heart, mind, soul, head all design. Share again vision, that means I see through the foes. Watch out for the outside, you can spot them by the clothes. Realize they look like you and now you start to feel exposed. Don't think because the streets you live on that you can't betray the code. Cause no one checks on mama when you sent on down the road. Paint the pain vivid as Tanjiro's blade. Evil sway heroes to misbehave. Change rap Titus, coulda Pika's fate. So survivor of the Kato clan. Every bunch of Duke and land replenish starving land. Eyes burn bright as scarlet brand. Vengeance mind the world to understand. Destiny carved by their hand. Sworseko's ghost that spoke to me. He said you right where you supposed to be. Blessed to rebuild the code to me. Bestow the old envy upon all those whose souls empty. Maybe when I'm gone you'll notice me. I'm Yagami with the death note. Prometheum, that's Deathstroke. Classic break the threshold. You gon' see just why I'm special. Holy Spirit chose this vessel. Watch me tear heads off these devils. I'm protected by celestials. 5 elders and say we can go to war today, no weapon made the Lord say. Be careful with your sword, lay fearful ops turn into gourmet. Man, a coin for the horseplay, no remorse since my born day. If you should want my funk straight, not even under monks say. Super kick like John Cage, turn your city into Pompeii. I'm born to be a leader, house speaker, rebellious teacher. Black Goku to your Vegeta, the cold truth to non-believers. I'm Father Time and Grim Reaper, slang lines since Page and Beavers. Gorilla, wolves, lions, tigers with goals, a whip in the Brinks truck. Married to the game, it cost my life without a prenup. Only legends when we link up, don't care where the grass is greener. Won't waste time for misdemeanors. You grinding to riding beamers. I'm trying to buy out marinas. Hold this mic like a katana. Who wanna die in this arena? Ran through hell and gasolina. Me and all my demons teamed up. Ancient wisdom deified. Why he called me Khalifa? Can't go to sleep. Part goat and beast. I rock the golden fleece. No labels out controlling me. Murder raps for dopamine. Red dots is on your shoulder. Spleen and both your knees to show defeat. The lone MC supposed to feast. My blood spilled on that rosary. Realize your God has chosen me to light the dark where ghosts would be. Divine scripts mold the poetry. Write limericks with some golden ink. I master fate and rule my dreams. My mind replacing foolish scenes. I slayed the beast in God's regime. If life's a gift, I'm Constantine. Magnificent like Steve McQueen. My soul embedded in the soil of the earth. My blood turned to steel. We're made in the fire. The hustle's not a choice. The evolution is earned.
Mutation of a hustler, the scripture, classic. Oh, damn, bro. Damn, bro.
Yeah, I needed one like that one time.
Tell me about that song, man. Tell me about. Just tell me everything. I mean, the references, right? You make a lot of. I'm assuming like are these, like, Japanese references, and then you talk about I'm protected by celestials, 5 elders, and Gorosei.
Yeah. So like in a sense, Japanese, yeah, because it's a bunch of anime references. So like Tanjiro's Blade, Kurapika's Fate, the Kato Clan, the Death Note one, right? Yeah, Yagami's the character, in Death Note. So yeah, man, it's a bunch of all of that, and it's also just like, in a sense, like the mutations, right? So like if you listen to like the first part of the verse, is basically talking about being casted out, and then by the third part it's talking about like ascending. You know what I mean? Like I went from being like they cut me out their life to, magnificent like Steve McQueen. So it's just you go through things and you either let it keep you down and you end up being great. And the choice is yours at the end of the day. And I chose to be great. So with this one, basically bro, this one was for me. I needed something that was more bar oriented, that had a lot of references and wordplay. Again, one of the last ones that I put together for the album. It's just something, in a sense, the scripture, because it is like the story of what made this album come to be, in a sense, like in part my story in a cinematic setting. The five elders in Gore say is a reference to One Punch. So like I said, man, there's just so many. Obviously, we all know what the Hadouken is. That's like the world's most famous anime. Everybody knows Dragon Ball Z. So it's like, yeah, man, I just want a lot of impactful lines. I just wanted to make my point and show that, again, we went from being outcasted to being great and magnificent. Like they said, I never fly, I flew. They Daedalus, I'm nephew, right? So like Daedalus, if you know the story, he's the father of Icarus, and he was like this great inventor who tried to kill his nephew because he was jealous that he was gonna be greater than him. And he failed at killing his nephew, and his nephew ended up being in the king's favor, and Daedalus ended up being thrown in jail. So, like, it's just, again, they cut me out their life, said I never fly, and I flew. Just continuing to do what they said I couldn't.
That's fire, dude. I love how all of your lyrics have a way deeper meaning. I mean, even just that, when you were telling the story of Daedalus, right? That's wow, man. Listen, I'm really loving this album so far. Obviously, I've already heard it a few times, y'all, but I'm enjoying listening to it with you and getting to hear like your perspective and your mindset while you were creating it. So, what was this one? Like, what kind of mindset were you in when you came in with this one? Did you come in with the intention of, the Japanese theme or anime theme, or was it more of like off the top, or?
So like the first coming in, right? Like I've upheld the old kingly, that part, like it was a little bit of a freestyle off the top, man, trying to figure out where I wanted to go with it, and it just kept developing deeper and deeper, and then obviously it morphed into being triumphant and just overcoming all of that. I went into this with the intent of the album needing a I guess more bars, because the album, I mean, listen, let's be real, there's bars. I mean, we're saying a lot of things, but it's more so just like straightforward telling you life stories. And I needed something, um, I guess, just for the sake of the pen to show that, we still sharpening things over here. Um, I wanted to keep it true to what the album concept is, and I wanted to at the same time play around with words and use a bunch of references, because one thing that I didn't intend on doing with a bunch of other songs is using cultural references and wordplays, right? It was more about societal issues and just life in general.
Yeah.
So I felt like this album also needed something like this song, Mutation of a Hustler. And so that's just how it came to be. I had the beat and I went in with the ideal of it. And I didn't know that like it was gonna be what it was gonna be, but like I had all these ideals of references that I can use and kind of like put a spin on to fit the narrative that this album upholds. And listen, man, toot. I think I know that shit.
He said this and that. Just a little bit of this and a little bit of that. All right, guys. That was Mutation of a Hustler. Classic. What a incredible like lyricist, dude. Like you truly you know what you're doing. And you're super underrated. We should have a whole segment underrated. We'll ask you a bunch of questions, super random questions like, do you eat pineapple on pizza? Classic, yes or no? Settle the debate right now, man.
So I know some really great people who love pineapple on their pizza, and some people who just love pineapple on their cheese bread. That's not for me. You know what I mean? Listen, more power to you. If that's what you into, you know what I'm saying? You can still be great and like pineapple on pizza. I prefer to be great without pineapple on pizza. You know what I mean? That's it.
I am in absolute disbelief. I think every single guest I've ever had on the review that I've asked that question has given me the same answer, and I've threatened to kick them all out. So I'll continue the tradition. This is the first time we're ever going to kick somebody out of the review. No, I'm just playing. All right. So, Mutation of a Hustler. That was the last one we listened to, y'all. Make sure y'all tap in with Classic. You can find his website on theamentaasylum.com. He's got a pretty cool layout here. Check out the medicine page, right? That's where you'll find all the music. And that's the intro song, if y'all were here. I was playing Last Supper. That's one of my favorites. But we are listening to his newest one, Son of Luca. Make sure y'all show him some love on Bandcamp. Give him a follow. I'm gonna give him an unfollow. I'm going to just. No, I'm just kidding. Give him a follow. Go check out his album. Show him some love. Check out his lyrics, you guys. Son of Luca.
We don't have music that feeds our soul anymore. That's what we need. Like, it's great to be an MC. It's great to show the guy wars and everything like that. But I think what we need for now than anything is music that they can relate to. You know what I mean?
Born a loser, bred to win. I'm in my head, can't trust my friends. I went to church, been baptized, woke up to sin again. Walked out that prison stint, took a stand, swing for the fence. The risk of chances taken, leading towards we win. In the field, cleats leaving princess legacy, case in cement. My pedigree, godly events, the deceased shall not be avenged. Greeting rise, we ascend, circling and draped upon my skin. A beast of God, but son of man. Since I learned what Bushido meant, set a risk, parabis, do not leave room to be content. I'm from the block where dreams expensive, could cost your life for that last sentence. Hard to move forward when apprehensive, let's talk skid row. I know tenants, most reality is rotated. They count us out diminished, been doubted from the beginning. Now our victories are vengeance. Felt we was born as losers, never meant to be God's favorite. In this life we're introduced to, ain't nobody thought we make it. Learn I'm the son of Luca, I was birthed to achieve greatness. Now I'm standing tall as proof, your past is not your destination. Felt we was born as losers, never meant to be God's favorite. In this life we're introduced to, ain't nobody thought we make it. Learn I'm the son of Luca, I was birthed to achieve greatness. Now I'm standing tall as proof, your past is not your destination. Talking past that chase us, you get marked acting like Jacob. Over Cubans and Mark Jacobs, creep behind and leave you face up. Exchange your life for paper, some seen the light and they changed up. Others acting so defiant, risked it all just to be chained up. Dies to be heard famous, but can't pay for those arrangements. Soldiers leave their name in paintings, other bloodstains on the pavement. Our stomping grounds are sacred, I watch love conquer the hatred. Ironic, that's why souls taken, the reasons our heart left vacant. The jakes will come harassing, the sirens like Satan's laughing. Guardian angel on our shoulders, whispering, don't say what happened. I know these streets can kill your passion, keep the peace for all combatants. Think it's sweet, then you are past face to feast and tweak your actions. Slay the beast in grim fashion, dodging teeth of demons dashing. Produce heathenistic bastards, progressing by movement backwards. Our innocence has been captured, so innocence war cry laughter. Repeat events and die after your destiny, not my master. Felt we was born as losers, never meant to be God's favorite. In this life we're introduced to, ain't nobody thought we make it. Learn I'm the son of Luca, I was birthed to achieve greatness. Now I'm standing tall as proof, your past is not your destination. Felt we was born as losers, never meant to be God's favorite. In this life we're introduced to, ain't nobody thought we make it. Learn I'm the son of Luca, I was birthed to achieve greatness. Now I'm standing tall as proof, your past is not your destination. Clashed in emphatic war, survived, I'm captain with the force. Behead Hades with platinum swords and made lady luck open doors. Learn how to tame the pale horse and watch my impact take its course. I'll be smiling down from the stars, coping with survivor's remorse. Got one foot inside the morgue, deceased from hatred I've absorbed, but my blackened heart still endures. Grateful to spirits who endure, so profoundly gain resolve. We bouncing back from every loss, something that this life is taught. Don't seal your fate like Roman North. Vision driven, cause revolt, vibrantly spike my cortisol. Undeserving of your applause, throw a curveball for every odd. For the glory I'm on the conquest, that before me ain't been accomplished. I've been humble and I've been modest, but this slaughter can be cathartic. My arrogance is symbolic with the frustrations of an artist that's been deprived since life was started. Here's the part where I acknowledge that my journey is to feed pockets, making all those we ain't got it. Get turned into yup, I bought it. Take that pain, now get it abolished. Felt we was born as losers, never meant to be God's favorite. In this life we're introduced to, ain't nobody thought we make it. Learn I'm the son of Luca, I was birthed to achieve greatness. Now I'm standing tall as proof, your past is not your destination. Felt we was born as losers, never meant to be God's favorite. In this life we're introduced to, ain't nobody thought we make it. Learn I'm the son of Luca, I was birthed to achieve greatness. Now I'm standing tall as proof, your past is not your destination. Yeah. Every cut is a brushstroke on the canvas of perseverance. Every loss a mutation within the blueprint. We rise not because we are chosen, but because we choose. This is Luca's truth. We adapt, we endure, we ascend. It's classic.
Classic. Son of Luca. That really, like, I love your track listing so far, bro. Like, it just flows so well together. I know I told you that the other day, but like,
Appreciate that.
yeah, nah, for sure. It's wow. Yo, do y'all have any questions for Classic? Let me just read off some of the comments that we have here because we have people asking for your socials.
That's cool.
Let me see. Spark said pineapple's good on everything. Wizard said Classic is correct. Only the host said that's the correct answer, my man. You know, I'm banning all of y'all. I'm banning all of y'all from the review for the pineapple on
That's
pizza
cool.
debate. And I'm also banning Classic after this. Whoa.
Again, you know what I mean? I've been
Again,
banned
yeah.
like 5 times, you know what I'm saying?
Everyone in here has been banned about 47 times, so it's all
Okay.
good. It's if you haven't
Banned,
been banned
blocked,
from the review at
reported.
least once, you're not a part of the review room family. So get out while you
Literally.
still can. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Thank you for joining us for the first ever listening party. We are honored to have a Classic here with us, who is a hip hop extraordinaire and MC. Can you talk about that title a little bit, Classic?
The extraordinaire part?
Whatever you want.
I mean, yeah, man. So, like, you know, again, uh, it's just what we do. It's what we've been on. So, like, the extraordinaire, it's because I do and I have done a lot of things musically in terms of creating, right? So, like I produce, I engineer, I structure, I songwrite. You know, we do everything but like from the intros, bridges, we keep everything. We put together shows, we've done shows. Obviously not in this recent run so far, but when I was doing it before I had went away, you know, we was already like attending the South by Southwest, which festival they be having out in Austin every year. Um, it's just there's not much that I don't do or haven't done or like that the only thing that I really want to do is just drop music and you know, I do all my own cover arts. Speaking of this album has set me up for something special. We'll get more into that later on though, but so like there's gonna be one particular cover art that I'm not done, but pretty much everything I dropped I did the cover arts for. You know, so you know how it is when you're independent, bro. You gotta be your manager, your graphic designer, you gotta be your promoter, you gotta be your street team, you gotta be your songwriter, all of that. And like I said, man, producing, engineering, writing. I write songs where like you have to sing. I don't sing for obvious reasons. But if you sing and you need a song that's written, I guarantee you I will give you a gem. You know what I'm saying? So
You guarantee it.
I guarantee you. I'm like I'm pretty confident because if I could sing,
It'd be over.
I know that's cliche for everybody who raps to say this, but like no, tried and true methods. I've seen what happens when I write songs. I'll just put it that way. But yeah, man, just an extraordinaire. Partially, you know, Renaissance man. I just wanted something different. You know what I mean? So I go with hip hop extraordinaire, bro. Um, as far as the production goes, I don't do so much on shining my own productions. Just for the simple fact of I love other producers getting shine. And as you noticed, if you follow any of the work I did, I am heavy with crediting producers and engineers. I will always let people know who mixed this and who produced this. If it's somebody that I've worked with, I'll let them know who the featured artist is. I'll let them know who the main artist is that let me be the featured artist. So I'm more so for giving other people shine and working on their beats. A lot of times because the beats I make is not necessarily for the songs that I want to create. Um, if you again go back to Black Sheep Chronicles and you would see why that is such a standout in terms of everything I ever dropped before. It's just completely different. Because those are the typical beats that I make. Um, Engineering again, we mixed that. There's like 2 songs on this one that I mixed. Mix RPD did the mastering and mixed all the other 11 songs, I believe it is. So shout out to him. Um, a lot of the stuff that I've dropped in the past, Scotie Keys did some engineering work on more so the mastering. A lot of the stuff that we dropped, I also mixed as well. So like, yeah, bro, just MC extraordinaire, bro. Anything that I can do, I will learn to do, and I will do it. And that's just how I always been.
Shout out to Mix RPD, man. Shout out to Scott.
No, for sure. Shout out to him. Yeah, both of them. They're the homies, man. Mix RPG, funny enough, I've always seen, not like always, but like, you know, recently, and like I say, like the last 3 or 4 or 5 months maybe. I've been watching what he's been a part of and what he's been doing, and then the first time we actually held a conversation was about something. I don't want to say personal, but it was a private conversation. And long story short, around that time, he said he wanted to work with more hip hop artists. And I told him like, yo, I'll get you some work. I did not intend for it to be a full album because I'm very finicky about letting like not new engineers, but engineers that I'm not familiar with working with get a hold of so much music to put their touch on. But obviously it was the right call, and he came through and he shined. Very communicative, easy to work with. And when I say finicky, I literally mean like he would send me something and I'm like, yo, it sounds good, but like just tweak this like 1 decibel. And it's like 1 decibel might not be like a lot, but it's a lot. It makes a difference, at least as far as I hear. So yeah, shout out to MixRPD, man.
Shout out MixRPD. Much love to you. And we're gonna go ahead and go to the next song, which is gonna be Beneath the Crimson Sky. Oh, wrong screen. Beneath the Crimson Sky. Check this one out, y'all.
Adversity is the forge, and we are the tempered steel. Frustration fuels the fire, and in the midst of the ashes, I still seek the light. Simply because giving up was never an option. The loss might shatter the rhythm, but it could never mute the song. Old heads kick back praying, watching young kids lose their ways, and I've been trying to recover since that night I lost the weight. Charge it to the game that's been disgraced with hate and rage. Disrespect the path I paved, been neglected, spat in my face. Challenged by new phases, money and friends cannot save us. Twice betrayed and asked for favors, feel like evils in our nature. Can't even love on their neighbor, it's schizophrenic behavior. Community disservice, the way the government urges us, what makes me nervous, promises broken on purpose, followed by deterrence, thinking that our souls for purchase. Disturb your place of worship, disingenuous performance. Chased by uniforms, they hate you, do not conform. A rebel since I was born, disheveled, tattered, torn. I revel inside the storm, I contain what they don't condone. Godly power in my bones, I'll be a martyr when I'm gone. Months already passed and I'm still trapped inside my head. My brother got a body, said a prayer for the dead. Your world is full of rainbows, only color I see red. No, this all affect my life, Lord help me get up out my head. My brother killed his baby moms, my other dog got caught tomorrow. My cousin Dave revoked his bond, the homie struggle just holding on. Don't wanna talk, can't pick up phones. Since Echo died, I felt alone. Much love Ramon, been living wrong. Peace on my own, might never own. Outcast in the battles, I've been cast aside in the shadows. Hyenas and jackals get their head placed on mantles. Broke free of these shackles, ironic how I unravel. Wonder if Lord knows me, I stand out amongst unholies. Reside in depths of hell, not even Satan placed below me. The fire's what controls me, my vices used to console me. So if life's some kind of game, then I came to collect my trophies. Winning but feel miserable, so-called friends neglect principle. Can who distant act pitiful? Love is a deadly chemical, power-ups, metaphysical legacy. Move the decimal, first degree if it's criminal, animalistic, visceral. Months already passed and I'm still trapped inside my head. My brother got a body, send a prayer for the dead. Your world is full of rainbows, only color I see red. No, this all affect my life, Lord help me get up out my head. From slicing rich to dying rich, kings and queens I'm dining with. Basking my accomplishments, I watch them unveil monuments. For classic is the embodiment of willpower and dominance. Residing in the darkness, haunted by the past I parted with. I seen it all in my heart, been ripped by foes and demons I partied with. Abandonment was the harshest gift, they threw rocks and I harnessed it. Now we're the monsters of the monolith. If we live tomorrow, I'm John Clements. Live life off my height and scent, feel like I'm Daniel in the lion's den. Tell karma, son the finest man. I met the reaper, took a ride with him. For disrespect, we'll do a 5 to 10 while the judge plays small violence. Product of my environment, grew up in hell, been on fire since. Testing waters, every breath I slaughter, so the rest just ought to keep silent then. My life is sin, enlightening, teaching sons and daughters by righteousness. Catching quarters, crossing borders, disrupting order, how time been spent. When night falls, I remember when we was all squad, now I can't trust friends. Ironic how I moved the pen, then my dog called, said I'm moving pins. Months already passed and I'm still trapped inside my head. My brother got a body, send a prayer for the dead. Your world is full of rainbows, only color I see red. No, this all affect my life, Lord help me get up out my head. The struggle was never meant to defeat me, but rather teach me how to rise. My heart, though once shattered, brought strength from pieces no one could see. The pain doesn't own me, it refines me. The phoenix only rises after the fire.
Classic. What do you want to say about that song, man? That one was heavy, you know.
Yeah, no, for sure.
What would you like to share about that song?
There's a lot of things that went into it, man. It's from a place of anger, um, from a place of frustration. Um, that's one like I did the hook for first, because that's literally how I was feeling. Like at the time, my brother caught a body. You know what I'm saying? Every Not everybody, but like a lot of people. You know, you heard the phrase, "Not everything's like peaches and rainbows" or whatever it is. So it's like, your world's full of rainbows. Only color I see red. Um, and obviously, something I'm very prone to is getting inside my head, whether it's like overthinking because I'm frustrated, overthinking because I'm trying to create something in a song, or just overthinking how people like try to play me when they might not be trying to play me. And I end up getting stuck in there a lot. Analysis paralysis is a real thing for me. But that song in itself, like I said, it came from anger. You listen like just the second verse alone, like my brother killed his baby mom. My cousin, they revoked his bond. My other dog got court tomorrow. The homie struggle still holding on. Um, all those things was happening simultaneously at the time of creating this. My brother killed his baby mom. Without getting too deep, you can, probably look it up and see it. It happened, here Florida. Um, my other cousin, who is currently sitting in a state funded hotel. They keep revoking his bond. They keep playing with them. And then I don't. They're doing better now, but at the time I was dealing with somebody who was questioning their existence and how much they wanted to stay here. So it's like it was a lot, and sometimes it's just hard holding on. And then the third verse, you listen to it, and obviously a repeating theme in this album is third verses, which was very intentional. I'm tired of two-verse songs. I want the third verse to get the shine that it deserves. And specifically with this album, I dubbed the third verses the Phoenix verses because a lot of these third verses are from the point of view of triumphing and from the point of view of overcoming. And that's why, and I start off this third verse with from slicing wrist to dying rich, kings and queens I'm dining with. Um, because that kind of symbolizes exactly what the whole song is from from wanting to kill yourself to being great, which is a lot of the overall arc of this album as well. Again, going back to like Mutation of a Hustler, right? Um, yeah, no, this one it came out of pure frustration and it came out of just wanting better and seeing red, like the hook says at the time. I called it Beneath the Crimson Sky because seeing red just didn't appeal for me. As you notice, a lot of these titles are, I guess, outlandish or maybe just extra, but it's all served with intentional purpose for me. It's just these songs are deep, and I feel like Beneath the Crimson Sky, on a song that is talking about your world's full of rainbows, only color I see red, is a lot deeper of a feeling than just seeing red.
Classic. Thank you for sharing. That's like I said, that was a real heavy song, and I'm like I remember listening to it the first time, but listening to it with you, like explain. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, but listening to you like kind of talk about it just kind of makes it more. I don't know. It makes it it makes the experience of listening to it a little bit different. Hearing you talk about it a little bit more. So thank you for sharing all that, and thank you for coming into the review room, y'all. Can I get some lightning bolts in the chat? I want to see who all is in here. See who all is in here to show Classic some love tonight. Can I get some lightning bolts in the chat, please, you guys? Show me some love. Show Classic some love. Show the review, Son of Luca, all of us. Show some love. Feeding off y'all's energy right now. Make sure y'all go to Bandcamp. You know what I'm saying? Go to Bandcamp and buy one of Classic's songs tonight, or share one of Classic's songs, whatever you feel more comfortable doing. So we're gonna go ahead and play the next song. Classic, how you feeling right now? You need to grab a glass of water. Anything
Nah,
like
we
that?
good. We still hit the water, man. We good, man. You know,
We're
keep
good.
hydrated. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
That's good. That's good. Yo, appreciate the lightning bolts, you guys. That's love right there. Profit Money Beats. Only the host. Classic. Thank you. Thank you, Wizard. Chicken stew, not soup. Gave me some dancing pumpkins. Those look pretty dope. I'm kind of new to streaming on Twitch, so I appreciate you, Chicken stew, not soup, for tuning in with us tonight. All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and go to the next song. Really excited to hear this track right here. Really excited to get
because we're supposed to was at a certain time. So to me, that's what the game is missing. We just need more MCs. We need more groups. We need more people talking about real life issues, so that when people hear it, like it sticks. We don't have people that feeds our soul. That's what we need, man.
Live from the streets, where the devil wanna take a piece. I'm fighting for the love of those who ain't want me deceased. For the fam, for the blood, for the joy and sake of peace. At times we've been knocked down, but we ain't never faced defeat. See, in this life of the streets, you can feel when the devil breathes. That type of pressure on has been known to shape a peace. For the ones lost in the game, I just hope you rest in peace. At times we've been knocked down, but we ain't never faced defeat. Mama praying on her knees as her tears are flooding the floor. Her baby boy loading up clips and rolls out to settle the score. Every hourglass no tick, another body reached the morgue. This pride's a curse, never a gift. Every trauma you can't ignore. They throw away their lives so quick, like to be sentenced some award. Think these still bars are redemption, cause the block holds of respect. Trading years for fleeting moments, now your name's what we forget. These youngins easily impressed by the cars and brand new baguettes. Blindly risk it all before literally fresh to death. While diamonds dancing on their wrist, they paranoid change could be next. In the void of emptiness, feeling abandoned on the quest. Still they praying for the peace until the hunger intersects. Hunt for prey with a peace cause they stomach touching they backs. And these jobs don't really be helping, weight government taxing checks. Ever been raided by police and felt that cold still to your head? No, we not who mama raised, so what we do help us get fed. Live from the streets, where the devil wanna take a piece. I'm fighting for the love of those who ain't want me deceased. For the fam, for the blood, for the joy and sake of peace. At times we've been knocked down, but we ain't never faced defeat. See, in this life of the streets, you can feel when the devil breathes. That type of pressure on has been known to shape a peace. For the ones lost in the game, I just hope you resting in peace. At times we've been knocked down, but we ain't never faced defeat. The block of we survivors support your martyr and fire. Seldomly speak on desires and leaders turn to pariahs. In the mirror see a soldier whose soul is beating and tired. Learn that trust turns into currency, traded, stolen, expired. The things we do for love personify spirited writers. Finding joy in our devotion, we're both victim and provider. Grandma told me I was chosen, I still feel it right beside us. Put the tribe back on the quest and coming out, we more riders. From the muddy water roaming, embracing that of below us. We facing backlash and notice the government won't control us. Politicians can't console us, with poverty shift our focus. Can't help but just shrug our shoulders. I know gangsters turn Jehovah off for nothing. Caught them close up in the jail, so found disclosure. Some parents who barely sober, the war on souls never over. The devil loves to provoke us, enslave the mind of the hopeless. One your children could be nowhere, break them bow, watch as the system decomposes. Live from the streets, where the devil wanna take a piece. I'm fighting for the love of those who ain't want me deceased. For the fam, for the blood, for the joy and sake of peace. At times we've been knocked down, but we ain't never faced defeat. See, in this life of the streets, you can feel when the devil breathes. That type of pressure on has been known to shape a peace. For the ones lost in the game, I just hope you resting in peace. At times we've been knocked down, but we ain't never faced defeat. Born from concrete dreams, we're still mourning the lost regime. The heart that's scorned by eulogies rejoices in the truth we speak. I know felons who fell on knees, still tied into that street disease. In the liquor store holding sermons where the gospel seems to cease. The youth baptized inside the fire, lessons that's beyond their reach. So survival becomes a melody played upon fractured streets. Corners painted with the blood, you can still hear the parents weep. Rock what wounds like diamond rings, our DNA is tattered jeans. The history sits in the seams, life is chess, so protect your queen. Chasing light and broken beams, phones fall fast when sirens scream. Recovered addicts still a fiend, scars reflect with the soul esteem. Storms and darkness always gleam, had to reform part of the team. Question the impact that you leave, are you proud to pass to your seed? Trauma drains the energy, sometimes I miss the older me. A smile on my face to see the fact my heart still bleed. Now the only thing we wish is to one day rest in peace. I'm fighting for the love of those who ain't want me deceased. For the fam, for the blood, for the joy and sake of peace. At times we've been knocked down, but we ain't never faced defeat. At times we've been knocked down, but we ain't never faced defeat. Ain't never faced defeat. Won't never face defeat.
Rhapsody of Love, Shadow's Wisdom. It actually says Rhapsody of Love, Classic. Do you want to kind of touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, so that's intentional. Obviously, it's pronounced Rhapsody of Love. But I put the LOV in acronyms just because at the time I was doing something in side quest and I was doing a lot of words that where we can make acronyms out of. And love was one that stood out to me. And it's like, so, you know, lifting others, valiantly evolving, um, leaving out of violent, um, leaving out of violent environments, um, loving others, or a bunch of things like that, man. Whatever you wanted to go through, and I feel like because there's so many different acronyms you can play with, um, that it just felt right to make it as an acronym to be whatever it is. Like in this one, it is a mix of um, leaving out of violent environments and living out of violent environments and lifting others and valiantly evolving. Um, because that one obviously was depicting violent environments and stuff that we came up in. And at the same time, towards the end, the only thing we wish for is to one day rest in peace. Like that is to me a valiant evolution if you can achieve that. So that's why I put it as an acronym, but it's definitely pronounced Rhapsody of Love, Shadow's Wisdom, just because it's showing that in the dark times you learn a lot. I did want to touch on the fact too. I'm sure maybe people caught it, nobody brought it up, but like the last line in the first bar, I really like because it says, "No, we not who mama raised, but what we do helps us get fed." And that's like a little sneak double entendre. So it's like we're not who our mother raised, but what we're doing is helping us eat. But at the same time, it's like because we're not who our mother raised, what we're doing helps us get fed time. Entendre that can be seen depending how you want to take it after you hear the first verse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is this
Little things.
is this song based on an experience that you had or that you're aware of, or like?
Yeah, so really the whole album is my life and people that's been involved in my life, and this in particular was a mix of both of those things. So like the first verse is very much like on my point of view and experience. The second verse is from my point of view and observation, and the third verse is like a review of seeing everything that happens and like what we all just want, which is essentially wars is never over. Parents weeping. It's just the outcome of basically the first and the second verse, and this whole thing is very indicative of experiences that I've went through, right? So it's like um, it helped a lot with making this album in general. It's something hard to get away from a lot of times, but when you do, it's like you take the book from being here to being here, and then you see what everything's really worth and what everything that's happening, and when you have a better observation and judgment on how to conduct your life in a way that you want it. Yeah. Sometimes people don't make it out of those environments, though. But that's unfortunate.
Well, classic. We are happy that you're here joining us in the review room tonight. We're, I'm glad that it seems like you've come a long way in terms of not only your music, right? Because we're about to play one of your older songs here in a couple tracks, Heart Capella, and it's gonna kind of show, I think, your growth as an artist, which I think is cool. So what I wanted to say was, oh my gosh, bro, I totally lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. I was reading your lyrics. Oh yeah, because one of the lines, a lot of the lines stood out to me, but at one point you said something about your grandma, and I was wondering if that's somebody that might have influenced you or helped you or in any way like that.
Uh, I would go with more so influence rather than helping. is because of the fact that um she did more so. I don't know if this is gonna make any sense. She did more so of like caring for me rather than guiding. Um, so like influence in the sense of like, you know, knowing what I guess like a mother's love is, um, and understanding that that type of love does exist and that it's a powerful thing. Um, but also influencing in terms of like seeing that these are the people that we affect with our action. These are the people that we also make proud with other actions, and these are the people that they'll always be rooting for you, even when they're mad at you or disappointed in you. And she was definitely impactful for the short time that she was here that I got to experience with her for sure. So just obviously. Um, a presence that's never gonna leave and have an impact on the way I conduct when I love.
Yeah, I think it's a great explanation, Classic. I really do appreciate you for taking the time to explain like your lyrics because I have another question about this one, but I wanted to ask you something kind of more general. Um, what would you say makes a hip hop artist?
I go to Rhyme Zone, use ChatGPT, gas up everybody else who raps, do songs with all your friends. I'm still alive. You gonna kick me off yet?
I'm
Cool.
about to. So.
Nah, man. Honestly, bro,
So you're not a
first of
fan of
all,
Rhyme Zone, is what I'm hearing.
fuck Rhyme Zone, bro. And fuck you if you use Rhyme Zone
Bro,
as a
Rhyme
main
Zone is
source of how
sponsoring this.
you.
No, I'm just playing. I'm just kidding.
I just cost you a sponsorship, then, bro, and I'm not
Imagine.
sorry. Like,
Yo, imagine. Oh, shit.
nah,
No, yeah. No, so you're not a fan
man,
of those kind of like
nah.
websites or
And
whatever.
I get like, bro, it's like, oh, it's a hot take, it's a touchy topic. Listen, bro, at the end of the day, you either got it or you don't. Somebody once said the theory was brilliant. Turns out he has a couple bitch made tendencies in him. That's neither here nor there. But like, if you use Rhyme Zone as like your main source of writing, fuck you. You're not an MC to me. I don't care. Now, if you write like 32 bars and you're like, damn, what can I do for this 34th one? And then like you go to Rhyme Zone, okay, cool. Like it's a tool. But a lot of cats be using it as like a sole purpose. Like they'll literally type in like, oh, what rhymes with mosquito, and then use the first 10 words in their verse. And it's like, bro, what are we doing, man? Like there's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
not
Who
I'm
the
not
fuck
for that.
does it?
Listen, some people who get sensitive and get mad when you call them out about it. We're not gonna say no names,
Who
but
does that?
regardless of that, I think what makes a dope MC or what makes you an MC, first of all, is just damn, bro, that's what you doing right now. Nah, I think what makes a dope MC, bro, first of all, a lot of life experiences, man. When you learn how to articulate your words, I think that helps tremendously. But more so than anything, just being authentic, staying true to yourself. And if you're not out here shooting people, don't talk about you shooting people. You can be a dope rapper without being a gangster rapper. You can be fire without being, metaphorical, metaphors and punchlines. You can be just as sick with just playing with words and using different rhyme schemes and dope flows. Like, yo, I don't need you out here portraying something you're not, because at the end of the day, really, some people's sole purpose in earth and life is to bring you down and to test your energy. And if you're out here putting out a certain energy that you're not really about because you want to sound good on beats, like, yo, we've seen what happened time and time again with these rappers who some of them was about that life and they still ended up on the wrong side of things. You know what I mean? So just be authentic, man. Um, be yourself. Don't try to bite anybody. Don't be out here trying to, um, mimic the next hot sound. Like create your sound, bro. A lot of music is not necessarily giving people what they want, but what they didn't know they need, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of different factors play into what makes a dope MC, but what makes a whack ass MC, again, is somebody who uses something like Rhyme Zone as their main source of rhymes, and somebody who is mimicking a life that they don't live and trying to sound like so and so. That's what makes a whack MC, and I think that's always easier to defer from.
So classic. I'm sorry. I wanna move forward because we have a few more songs to get through. We're probably not gonna be done at 10, y'all. We're probably gonna be hanging out a little bit after that. Classic. Are you cool with that?
I mean, bro, you got me trapped in here. I can't go nowhere. So you
like to
asking me
close the
like I
door?
got a choice.
Oh God. That'll be my third mic this year. And it's only the third. So, all right, guys. We're gonna move forward. I wanted to ask you about another. Seldomly. Okay, so from Rhapsody of Love, Shadow's Wisdom, you said seldomly speak on desires, seen leaders turn to pariahs. What? Can you expand on that line a little bit?
I've seen a lot of people who, talked a big game and they ended up getting the short end of the stick. I've seen a lot of people who spoke on what they wanted to do and ended up, getting backdoored, so to speak. I just sometimes you gotta keep things quiet with what you're doing and let it show when the work is done, because there's people um, who follow. A lot of people turn heads, and it's not necessarily out of respect. So if you're out here talking about you finna come up on a bag, and 5 some odd years ago I heard you say that, I'm listening, but I'm not because I care. So it's like there's things like that. The people are always trying to snake you. People are always trying to cross you, get over on you, yada yada. So it's like just that line was just a way of saying like, yo, like just be careful with how you move, because even some of the people that are held in high regards, they get outcasted real quick over things like that.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
One more. I have one more line I want to ask you about. Recovered addict, still a fiend, scars reflect what the soul esteems. Storms and darkness always gleam, had to reform part of the team. Question the impact that you leave, are you proud to pass your seed? Trauma drains the energy, sometimes I miss the older me.
100%. I feel like in a way that is very, they're self-explanatory, but also there is a deeper meaning behind it. Also, recovered addict, still a fiend. So it's like I had my battle with my vices and my addictions, and for me, more so than like just stop being addicted, because I don't know if that's really a thing. It's finding a new replacement for that. So like, for example, they'd be like, oh, you want to quit smoking cigarettes? Every time you feel the urge to smoke, go eat an apple or something, right? So a lot of like that. Like I still got this fiendish mentality. I still got this drive. I'm still willing to do whatever I need to do to get what it is that I'm trying to attain. Um, so the scars reflecting with the soul esteem. So it's like the scars of my past, of like the things that I did that I had to change, like it's still within me, because again I'm willing to go through anything and anyone and whatever obstacle that I need to get to what I'm trying to achieve. And that's that at the end of the day. Trauma drains the energy. um a lot of times trying to work through your trauma or trying to deal with people who don't understand your trauma is very draining mentally, physically exhausting, especially when they don't know how to handle that, right? Um, I had to reform part of the team. A lot of people that were supposed to be here with me aren't here with me. A lot of people that I wanted to be here with me didn't make it here with me. So like I had to reform the team, not necessarily by replacing them. Some people did get replaced, but not necessarily just by replacing them, just by understanding that, okay, so and so is not here no more. It's just us, bro. So like now we got to pick up this weight. And the reference to the bar, I miss the older me, is just the simple truth. A lot of times I do miss the older me because it was easier to live. I didn't, there was a lot less for me to care about And there was a lot of things that I didn't pay no mind to or have any worries for that this new me is learning to deal with and navigate life with this type of weight on me. So sometimes I do miss like the lack of responsibility of being in this present mind that I'm in right now. It's very blissful, but I wouldn't go backwards for it because again, I still have that mentality to knock down anything I need to get what I want. So that's the goal at the end of the day.
Yeah, man, that is the goal. I mean, last thing you say, right? At times we've been knocked down, but we ain't never faced defeat.
Exactly. 100%. Never.
Yo, we are not done yet. Don't go anywhere. We're listening to Son of Luca. This is Classic's latest project. Really beautiful body of work. I'm super excited to have this listening party here with y'all tonight. This is the very first one ever. We're starting the year off with a bang. We had to kidnap Classic. He's in that closet right there. I locked it, so there's no way he can get out. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and go to the next song. And Wizard Gunlock. Yeah, I do know mic arms are a thing in 2025. Listen, I broke my last one, and I feel like I'm gonna need a heavy duty one. So I'm just give me a minute, all right? Give me some time. You're gonna mic shame him on his own stream. I'll not be banned after the stream, or I will be banned after the stream. So why not? Yep, that is true. That is
You're
true.
getting banned in solidarity, bro.
Pineapple on pizza haters will not be tolerated in the review room, bro. I don't know. I don't even know why. Why did I even? No, I'm just playing. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next track. This one is gonna be Origins of the Echoes, an interlude. An interlude?
Interlude.
All right.
Not interlude, but an interlude.
Oh, an interlude, not an interlude.
Yeah, don't do that.
Your ancestors watching over you. They are proud of you. They want to see you succeed. And they can make it happen. This is not done for decorative purpose. This is done for honor and power.
Walking with the weight of pharaohs and valiant kings. Come from a lineage of warriors, healers, and broken chains. Leave our bloodlines engraved inside the soil of spirits slain. See these stories carved in silence, but wisdom buried in pain. You've been sacrificed for change, the afterlife is in dismay. Hope you stand defiant, refuse to ever be prey. From exile to entitled, this odyssey will be great. Know my ancestors scream loudly, allow these dreams to take shape. I've been taught by the elders and learned to defy the odds. Need reminders that just love, we stand on the shoulders of gods. Achieve these Herculean laws, rewriting universal laws. Slaughter beef with smorgasbord, royalty drips out from our pores. We're powered by those ancient wars and shootouts at the Hindu stores. Sipping from the chalice, destiny is intertwined. And I'm the beast now at the banquet, but once was him in the lines. Then rose from the place, no light had been breakdancing, that's Paladin's him. Every scar's a metal, bestow damage like its armor's grim. Became one with my sword, conquered, then morphed into a healing pin. A scribe of survival, linked with ashes, formed the skin. The weight I bore became my wings, it lift me high, it's ominous. I ponder if I'm built for this, ferocity's autonomous. The will of hearts, a monolith. I took a breath that calmed me quick. Remember I was born a gift, and every loss appeal to live. I've been sanctified through these hardships, now my spirit's feeling marvelous.
All of you going against the grain, battling the naysayers. Better fight and fall than to live without hope. You might learn to survive, and not let your worries and hopelessness stand in your way. It will be worth it in the end, so don't look back. Not every cloud which darkens the day brings rain. It doesn't matter if you have to walk alone for a while. Your destiny is in your hands. Get out there and hunt it down.
Yes, sir.
Classic. Wow, man.
That me.
I'm just speechless. You know, it's really amazing to see what you can do with a pen, man. You are just a really incredible MC. I'm just Sipping from the chalice, destiny is intertwining. I'm the beast now at the banquet, but since was him in the lion's den. Rose from a place no light had been. Brave the sins that's Paladin's him. Paladin's him. So you make reference to like, is this like Greek mythology?
Man, don't kill me. I can't remember if it's Greek or not, but it's not mythology. So Aladdin are basically the peers of Charlemagne's court. Charlemagne the Great, our conqueror, ruler, um, and Palatine, I believe, was the chief. And so basically, a paladin is a knight renowned in heroism or renowned for heroism. So, braved it all, and that's Paladin's hymn. That's the hero's song, basically, is what that meant. So the reference to I'm the beast now at the banquet, but once was him in the lion's den. If you go back to um, Beneath the Crimson Sky, I believe it is, there's a bar in there that says, I'm Daniel in the lion's den. So, like, this is again furthering the evolution of who I once was. I went from being Daniel in the lion's den to now I'm the beast at the banquet. But yeah.
If you could tell your former self, the one you kind of refer to as the Daniel in the lion's den character, if you could give them one piece of advice, what do you think it would be at this point?
Man, probably an unpopular answer, but at the same time, maybe a cliche. So, like, in two, right? So, one, the unpopular answer is I wouldn't tell them anything. And two, the cliche answer would just be like, yo, keep going because you're going to figure it out. The reason I say I wouldn't tell them anything is because I kept going and I figured it out. That's just it. I wouldn't change nothing because everything that I went through is what put me where I am today. And there was times where, like, yeah, if I would have turned right instead of left, if I would have zigged instead of zagged, I probably would be sitting on top of a mountain right now with a bunch more money in a better place and yada yada. But like, yo, that's not always the trophy at the end of things. Like, even like Mike Tyson said, I know a lot of great people, but they're not good people. So sure, I could have turned right. Sure, I could have zigged instead of zagging, and I could have been off better. But it's like, would I be the person or the man that I am today? Would I love the way that I love today? Would I be as dope of an MC as I am today? Would my artistry be as great as it is today? And we can make arguments about all day that it would be, but the simple fact of the matter is, I did what I did, and I became who I became, and we know for a fact that today it very much is. So I wouldn't tell the older self nothing. And if I would have to, it literally just be keep going because you're going to figure it out. And that's exactly what I did.
Thank you, Classic. That's real. You know what I mean? That's real. I can definitely respect that answer.
Yeah.
I can resonate with that answer for sure. So I got a question for you regarding this. What is this picture here? Is this a younger Classic in the studio?
Funny enough, man, that's exactly what that is. So that was of an older time of like before basically everything went south before we changed. Yeah, that was at the studio that I used to work at once upon a time.
I see. Hey, I just want to let you guys know we are here with Classic. We have his songs here pulled up on Bandcamp. Make sure y'all show him some love. Give him a follow. Share, his latest share his latest tweets. Go and give it a share. Send it to your friends. Go buy it on Bandcamp. I did. Show some love to the independent artist community directly. And go show them some love on Bandcamp. YouTube, X. If you're on YouTube right now, which Noah Wolf, to answer your question, we're streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and X, I think, and we will soon be streaming elsewhere. So, thank you to all 85 people that are in here tonight. That's dope.
Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, that's love. Can we get some more lightning bolts in the chat? I want to see who all is in here tonight. No, I appreciate the lightning bolts. Show Classic some love. Throw some lightning bolts in the chat or whatever emoji have you, but y'all know the lightning bolt.
I'll be honest, I'll take the middle finger emoji too, you know what I'm saying? I just have it sometimes. I get it.
Oh my god. No, we're not doing no middle finger emojis.
All of a sudden, chat starts going up. Got no.
It's like mostly because I can't find it on my keyboard right now. So, no, I'm joking. So the next track we're gonna play is not the interlude again. It's gonna be. Let's go back. Oh, not that one. Let's go back. It's gonna be Tales of Forgotten Souls. Let's check this one out right
So when
now.
we said
After
the
the
revolution
interlude,
would
you
not be
start
televised,
realizing
we
the
were saying.
shift.
So when
Say
we
that,
said
say that one more time.
I saying like now we got past the interlude, just start realizing the shift in terms of like why the sequencing matters.
Well, the sequencing matters. Okay, I hear you. So let's Tales of Forgotten Souls, Son of Luca by Classic.
revolution would not be televised, we were saying that like the thing that's going to change people is something that no one will ever be able to capture on film. It'll just be something that you see and all of a sudden you realize I'm on the wrong page.
Sacrifice our friendship, devilish with our intentions. Buying bricks that mama's pinching, medicine ain't in her pension. Dear Lord, hear my confession. I guided and misdirected. The streets, they can be infectious, life threatening like it's sepsis. Government neglected, I told you I'm well to spirit. I'm so sad the world is silly, now the meek may not inherit. We dream of Lakeview Terrace, life not fair, so we embarrassed. Cause all we know is pain and most can't look themselves in mirrors. Full of spite and shame, these vices lock you up in chains. Partaking to be free, I guess the lost part of the game. Heartbreaking, hard to breathe, next generation got the reins. OGs down on bending knees and they praying that something change.
Every scar of the streets etch wisdom into our soul, like a silent testimony. Even war cries that fought for control. A battlefield of dreams where we reach for the stars. Every shadow holds a story, and every wound molding hearts.
Young kids terrified once they seen they homies die. Clout chasing just for dimes and hopes to be verified. When times get dark, they switch up sides. Pray for your demise, trying to leave it all behind. Become a grown man traumatized, who played his own hand, been disowned and abandoned. Grew up as a screw up, always ruined second chances. Under pale moonlight with the devil, we be dancing. End up trying to talk to God, wonder why he never answered. Given to the madness, sinister with tactics. Developing bad habits, putting wrinkles in time fabric. Not worth to take his baggage, breaking spirits to the casket. Closed life has become vapid, desensitized, adapted. Trapped in a room that's padded as his mind's replaying actions. Beating women, thieving in them, not the kid we used to see. And evil did him, selling dope until he stuck that needle in him. Searching for a mother's love, turning leaves for new beginnings.
You see through the chaos we uncover what the mirror always tries to hide. The soul's reflection is sharper when the ego gets cast aside. And then addiction's grip fades as the purpose takes the reins. We rise from the ashes and repurpose all of the pain. And then you realize nothing is the same.
The phoenix out to trap, my wings is spreading with the vision. We gave back to the blocks and turned our losses into wisdom. I made a few mistakes but don't regret any decisions. No, they thought I won't survive, but I defied all their predictions. Been locked inside those cages, but the streets the penitentiary. Bars became bars, I write my freedom, this a symphony. Stab shot at OD, but I guess the Lord ain't sent for me. Made a pact with my misery, now we celebrate victories. Turned my pain to art and found my path inside the symmetry. What started as soliloquy, blend truth within the masses. Streets of beauty to inadequate, but don't hand out free passes in these pavements. Just a canvas painted by the homies vanquished. At night you hear the anguish, the clock ticking sounds like sadness. Went from bandits who were famished to some champions proudly standing. Now I'm speaking hope, I used to bag it in the package. Made my hustle legal, same drive, just reimagine.
Forgotten souls reborn with purpose and destiny aligned. From broken bottles to breaking cycles, the tales unwind. From addiction to ambition, the dream will be fulfilled. Buried in the rubble, we learn to rebuild. Every failure was a seed, for we are the rose that grew from the concrete. It's classic.
Tales of Forgotten Souls. Wow, Classic, man. I seriously like. I'm in this album. I'm really like, cause I didn't get to see. This is my first time like seeing the lyrics.
Yeah.
So I'm just really I'm just like amazed by the lyrics, honestly. And I kind of want to know, Do you think that it's easy for artists to be hard on themselves, and do you think you're hard on yourself as an artist?
Yes, to both of those questions. Um, I think so. Part of the reason I think it's easy is part of the reason why I'm hard on myself. Like I think it's easy for artists to be hard on themselves because we the artists who do release stuff, um, they make it to be released and to be consumed. And a lot of times we can't fathom people taking a liking to us or relating to our story or making something that resonates with strangers. Um, Especially when a lot of the mentality we have is like, oh, I don't know him, so I don't care about him. So it's like I think subconsciously that plays into us. And when we think about like, are people going to like this? Will people care about this? Is it going to resonate? Because they don't know us, why should they care? It's why I think it's important that more so than saying that you're just the greatest rapper and claiming that you're the king, that you be more vulnerable in who you are and what makes you the artist that you are, rather than just portraying this facade of an ego for people to be like, oh my God, he's so great. Like, anyways, um, I'm hard on myself because I know what I do is very, I don't want to say niche. Like hip hop is very broad and consumed by many people who don't even come from this background or culture. Um, I'm hard on myself just because I've seen and I know what I'm capable of. Um, but for me, it's more so of like, are they going to listen to what I'm saying? Because I'm not talking about like big booty bitches in the club getting fly, flexing with
You
jewelry.
sure? I
Like
think I heard that
I'm
once or
not,
twice. Yeah, I
not
think
on
I.
my shit. You
You sure?
haven't,
I think it
bro.
was track three. No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah,
Listen, you go
no,
through.
yeah, I've never heard you rap
There's
about that. So,
there, bro. And to
well,
anybody, in all honesty, nah, you could go through everything that is publicly available and tell me one bar where I said I'm the king of this, and tell me one bar where I was derogatorily talking about women. Like I don't need to do any of that. So like I'm actually saying stuff, and so that's part of the reason why I'm hard on myself because it's not turn up music. It's not music that you can just go on to and vibe out to. Like what I make is kind of I need you to sit down and listen to this. I need you to hear what we're talking about,
yeah,
right? Like, and my beats, the beats don't carry me. Let's be honest. There's a lot of people out here who pick a dope beat, and I love a dope beat, but they pick a dope beat with the sole purpose of it carrying them, whether they want to say that or not. Let's be honest. Like, you know what I mean? I don't need that. I can, we will see later on throughout the album. I don't even need a beat. Like, so there's that. It's easy to be hard on yourself when you're putting stuff out to be publicly consumed. Also, because we know there's gonna be people who just want to troll and just hate on you because everybody else is loving you. So I think a lot of times we get in our own head. But you did it once, people loved it. So chances are you do it again, people are still gonna love it. And as easy it is for me to say that, I do not take my own advice because for this song itself, for example, the first 2 or 4 bars where it was like life is threatening, like it's sepsis, I was questioning the whole thing through and through. It literally, even as I wrote, I told you on Will the Spirit, Absol said the world is silly. Like even those lines, I really wasn't even feeling this song until I got to the third verse and wrote the third verse. To the point I sat on this song for like I want to say like a good 2 or 3 months before I even penned the third verse because I was so like unsure. There was nothing. I didn't have anything in the hook parts. I just had the first verse, I had the second verse, and it was sitting there. And I was like, oh, I'll get to it. I wanted to be part of the album. I'll get to it. And then I penned the third verse probably on Thanksgiving. I believe it was on Thanksgiving. I penned the third. While everybody was eating with their family, I was working on this album for a multitude of reasons. But yeah, bro. So when you're not feeling the verse that you're writing, it's even more easier to get in your head. But just gotta trust the process, man. And know that you're dope. Know that people love what you do, and if you're a unique artist with a different sound that's not on the same wave as everybody else, know that there's a gang of people that's gonna appreciate what you do.
I think that's a really powerful thing to say. I know a lot of artists are very hard on themselves. We are like our biggest critics, and it's so easy to be, especially when you're in the studio by yourself and you're listening to a track for the 1,000th time because you're trying to nitpick at it, or maybe I'm just speaking for myself, but it's it's really solid advice. I think after a while for me, I think it became easier to be easier on myself once I started to like getting to the end product and hearing like what it could be. Damn, Classic over there watching YouTube videos during the
Nah,
interview.
that's not
I'm
that.
pretty sure I took his phone away. I guess not.
And what it was, you got your henchman standing over here watching you, man. Time to put his phone on vibrate.
That's funny. Yeah, well, Classic, I appreciate you for saying that. I did want to ask you something here. I was looking at, your lyrics on this song and quite a few other songs. You make mentions of like God. One of them you said like, not one of God's favorites. This one you say, end up trying to talk to God, wonder why he never answering. I've seen that theme like 3 times in your music. So I kind of want to know what are your stances on that? Do you believe in a higher power or anything like that?
It's probably gonna get me canceled.
That
I
was the
believe in a
plan.
higher power. I understand, bro. Listen, that is the goal. You understand
I'm
what I'm
just
saying?
kidding. No,
That
I
is the
mean,
goal.
we accept all religions or
Yeah,
like for
nah,
in the review
man.
room as long as you're
I
respectful. I'm just wondering.
I I don't mean this. I know because there's a certain group of people that take this to the heart, and they live their life by this. For me, it simply stands for basic instructions before leaving Earth. Shout out Jija. If you know, then you know. Um, I believe in God, like a higher power. I don't believe in the way religion depicts him. I believe that there is a super, like there's this bigger force that we just can't comprehend. I don't believe it is how these religions are depicted on. At their base, a lot of these religions are um, the same story, the same. They're grounded in the same philosophies. They have the same conception. They're spreading the same messages for the most part. So I don't care what God you praise, what religion you go with. That's honestly not even my business, and it's not what I'm gonna, hold over your head. Where if I'm gonna love you or like you or not care. I don't care, man. Just be a good person at the end of the day. I believe there's a higher power. I believe there's divine entities. I just religion for me has always been fishy for a bunch of different reasons.
Okay. Yeah. No, I can definitely respect that. Um, I was just wondering because you mentioned it in a few songs, and end up trying to talk to God. Wonder why he never answering.
Yeah,
I
for
feel like
sure.
that's that one and a few other lines. But um, so tell me a little bit more about your reference to the Phoenix as well, because I noticed you referenced that in I think 2 or 3 other songs as well.
Yeah, which is part of the reason I dubbed the third verse as the Phoenix verse because that's kind of when I reference him. So the Phoenix to me is something that obviously if you know what it symbolizes, you can understand. It's rebirth. It's literally being forged by fire. It's dying to be reborn. And the only way the phoenix can rise is if it dies. You know what I mean? It dies in the fire. It's reborn in the fire. And I just always was fascinated by the concept and the ideology of something like that. And it's very symbolic of my life personally and the things that I did and had to overcome to become who I am today. Like I had to burn and I had to be forged in the fire and rebirthed into this version that you see as classic. You know what I mean? So that's just something just means a lot to me. I feel like a lot of people, whether they acknowledge it or just are unaware of it, they they have that character trait as well. They are very much like a phoenix. You know what I mean? There's people at the end of the day, if you was an addict and you got clean and became of a different mind, you should understand what the phoenix is. If you was a bully who always wanted to fight people and now you're like the nicest person ever, you should understand what the phoenix is. Whatever it is, I think it relates to a lot more people than people even realize. And that's I just again always been fascinated with the concept of like destroying and rebuilding.
Yeah. Classic, thank you for giving us insight into your music and into the mindset that you have behind these songs. It's crazy how many things you can miss if you only listen to it once. So make sure y'all check these songs out and read the lyrics on Bandcamp. Are the lyrics available anywhere else? And where else is this available? Spotify, Apple Music.
So we got this one. You can go Spotify, Amazon, Apple Music, Pandora, YouTube Music, iTunes. You can purchase it on iTunes, Amazon. But like that's you just get like a digital download. If you purchase it on Bandcamp, you get the digital download plus the other cover art for it, plus one of the promo videos. If you go to my website, theamentaasylum.com, you get it for cheaper. You get the other cover art and you get all 5 of the promo videos. And we're also gonna have we're gonna have physical copies of the album. So like if you want like a tangible asset of the album, whether you just want to have it for collector's sake or just you want to listen to it in a CD player, shout out to you if you still do that. We're gonna have physical copies going on for sale in the next few days. So you can reach out to me and we'll set it up. I'll try to get the pre-order set up on the website. But yeah, bro, it's anywhere. And we're gonna put the lyrics. The lyrics is on Bandcamp. The lyrics is on my website. We're uploading the lyrics to Genius tonight. I'm pretty sure like maybe don't do it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure you can Google it and you'll find everywhere that it's at. It's pretty much every platform where you can stream. This is where I wanted this album to go to.
Make sure y'all check out the album Son of Luca. You guys don't forget the name. I'm going to say it 1,000 times. If you're on YouTube, check out the description below. You can find out where to follow Classic. I think you can find him on pretty much every platform as Amenta Asylum. I put it on the screen as well. I completely forgot.
For sure. Amenta_asylum everywhere. And if you want the SoundCloud, I'll be honest, it's a little dusty. I need to do better. But the SoundCloud, instead of the underscore, is dash. So it's like Amenta-asylum. But basically, Amenta Asylum everywhere you can put it there. And I just seen it. You know what, bro? You probably can't find it on LimeWire. But just be careful. I don't want to be responsible for putting a virus in your computer because I didn't upload it there. So I don't know.
Y'all heard it here first. Classic is endorsing LimeWire. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, we're doing that.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, you got my sponsorship from Rhyme Zone taken away, so
that's not my problem.
It is now. Your sponsorship from LimeWire. No, no. All right, guys, let's go ahead and go to the next track here. Unless Classic, there was something that I think we kind of spoke about vaguely when I forced you to come to the review room and asked you if you wanted to be on the show. We talked about tracks 9, 10, and 11. Can you kind of go through like how they're tied together?
So tracks 9, 10, and 11 is when I was putting the track listing together, I had this idea of like how things should sound, and I kind of struggled with it for a minute because I would have it. I'm like, oh no, this song should come up, this song should go down. Anyways, the way it came out was incredible because 9, 10, and 11 have this connection. They're not tied together at all, but if you listen to them, they can be perceived as tied together. So you'll listen to it, but like in short, track 9 is about a woman who gets pregnant. Track 11, probably should say disclaimer, is about a little girl who kills herself, and track 10 is about the little girl who kills herself, and track 11 is really about me dealing with losses and grief. But like if you just look at it at face value, you can see it as track 9 is about a mother who gets pregnant. Track 11 is about the child she had ended up killing herself, and damn it, track 10 is about the girl who killed herself was her daughter, and track 11 can be viewed from the perception of somebody who knew both of them and had to deal with that. So yeah, man, if you listen to them back to back, it's like a mini EP in the album, as RPD put it, and I couldn't agree any more than that, because that's exactly what it was, and it still ties together with the overall art of what Son of Lupe is about.
Well, I'm excited to hear it all together for probably 18th time, for at least for Kinetic and Divine Serenity. I've heard that one a few times. But you guys, this is Son of Luca. Make sure y'all tap in with Classic. If you're on YouTube, all the links are below in the description. If you're not, you can find him as Amenta Asylum on all platforms. I think he said earlier it was SoundCloud, was it? Amenta-Asylum?
Yep. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
yeah, so make sure y'all show him some love with a follow, share his music, let people know Son of Luca is out, and the music is fire. We don't promote anything that we don't think is fire here in the review. So we appreciate Classic for agreeing to come on the show. Anyway, guys, let's get back to the music. Streetlight Sonata, Eve's Cadence.
The other thing about depression is it kind of collapses time.
So you find yourself trying to remember the things that made you happy, but slowly, your brain begins to erase every memory that ever brought you joy.
And eventually, all you can think about is how life has always been this way.
And will only continue to be this way.
Before I even drop this knowledge, here goes the synopsis. A child lost outside her home, dealer see as a prophet. 1,000 thoughts begin to roam when she feels she's forgotten. Now she's searching for a love to confine inside those who's plotting. Self-harm always an option, but to blame others for problem makes it easy accepting outcomes. Natural born good girl, make the shadow scream we got one. Mama miss her daughter, but her pops ain't never want one. Run away with fake friends who were ready to drag her low. Saw the sorrow in her soul, then offered up a bag of dope. Fade away in cold alleys where she's haunted by the ghosts, and taunted by the hopes that her future self will behold. Reliving all the dreams of an innocent 10-year-old. Eve's barely 16, facing struggles few would know. Tap dancing on the edge of dark streets that use her soul. Don't realize that she's not alone. The time has come to change scenes or plan out her funeral. Lived her life under the streetlights, chasing highs and feeling shame. Lost her innocence to battles by the track marks on her veins. Silent cries out for mercy, she's addicted to the pain. Yeah, the street calls getting louder as her soul begins to fade. Cracked smile, broken dreams, she can't hide the scars she claims. The world won't hesitate, she learned to hustle, play the game. Finding comfort in the darkness, now she's scared to try and change. Eve's cadence, heart of sorrow, but she's dancing with the flames. See the beauty in her smile, hide the pain that's deep within. Amused to have such friends that help escape abusive kin. She held on to the secrets, nervous who she should let in. There was a boy, let's call him Ken, swayed her to put down her defense. Started laughing, getting closer, opened up about parents. She learned that Ken was an orphan, over time learned to adore him. Unaware it's all facade, he played the long game, it's alluring. Fast forwarding, all her mom's calls she keep ignoring. Found pills in Kenny's jeans, thought she'd be gone by next morning. Frustrated with the pain and noticed her friends acting strange. Ken's manipulative, said you need true love inside your veins. So he heated up the needle, watched as he began to sing. Her eyes roll back, she fades, is this happiness on her face? Laughing as they wait, remembering their own first taste. Sold her soul for sweet escapes from so-called friends who even hate. Eve traded dreams away to fill a needle's warm embrace. Lived her life under the streetlights, chasing highs and feeling shame. Lost her innocence to battles by the track marks on her veins. Silent cries out for mercy, she's addicted to the pain. Yeah, the street calls getting louder as her soul begins to fade. Cracked smile, broken dreams, she can't hide the scars she claims. The world won't hesitate, she learned to hustle, play the game. Finding comfort in the darkness, now she's scared to try and change. Eve's cadence, heart of sorrow, but she's dancing with the flames. Chasing love down broken bottles, stories written in despair. You see the bruises tell her battles, but her voice was barely heard. Abused in this relationship, use fists instead of words. She's cradling her belly, looking down at a new world. She stashed a bit of money, Kenny's high, that means no worries. Every needle in her veins now betraying her sanctuary. She tried to cut the dope, still popping pills when she feels low. The girl she used to know has become one of those ghosts. Her swollen womb whispers where her heart won't even dare. Mama break the cycle now, where we're both gonna stay ensnared. As she's lifting up her head to notice Kenny standing there. He offers her a hit, she shakes her head, I gotta go. Grabs her keys, starts packing clothes, but he won't open up the door. Locks herself inside the room, starts climbing out of that window. Can't let a child die, so to risk it all, but it's worth her last chance at redemption. This could be a home rebirth. Lived her life under the streetlights, chasing highs and feeling shame. Lost her innocence to battles by the track marks on her veins. Silent cries out for mercy, she's addicted to the pain. Yeah, the street calls getting louder as her soul begins to fade. Cracked smile, broken dreams, she can't hide the scars she claims. The world won't hesitate, she learned to hustle, play the game. Finding comfort in the darkness, now she's scared to try and change. Eve's cadence, heart of sorrow, but she's dancing with the flames.
Everything you feel, you wish, you love to forget, it all just sinks. And suddenly, you give it life again. And then over time, that's all I wanted. Those 2 seconds of nothing.
Streetlight Sonata, Eve's Cadence, classic. Wow, man. You know, I remember the first time I listened to that, I was thinking, like, first of all, this one is definitely another really heavy one. What is it like? What inspired this song? You kind of talked about a little bit earlier. You gave kind of a backstory, but is this like this is about someone that you know, someone that was very close to you, or?
Yeah, so this one in particular, this was somebody that I knew personally at one time in my life, and it's something that I watched them go through and had to deal with. And, you know, despite all the help that we tried to give or that she tried to give, it ultimately became down to her, and that's what it, her getting pregnant is what it took for her to realize it, which in one hand is good because some people, they get to that point and it still doesn't help. But on the other hand, it's like a lot of damage was done up until that point. So much so that it would have been like a 7-minute song, and it would have been even harder to listen to had I put every detail in there. But yeah, it's a real life story of somebody that had an impact on my life at one time in one of my chapters as well. So it's definitely more than just a song, as most of this album is.
Yeah, that's a hard one, man. That's a hard thing to watch someone go through.
Yeah, no, for sure. Real man, like the promo video that Amar had did, which I don't know if y'all was familiar or remember it or seen it, whatever. It was in relations to this song in particular. So like that was kind of, if you will, like an interlude into this song that I just didn't put on the album because it was thought of after the album was done. But so yeah, I appreciate you doing that one because again, like it was very real, and you putting your touch on it to use as a promo piece was dope. And again, something I don't know if anybody picked up on it. You listen to the intro, it goes from like she's talking and her voice is getting deeper, right? And then when you get to the end, it's like it starts off deep and it goes like by the time it's at the end, the 2 seconds of nothingness, we're back at her original voice. And like that was something I did with intent to show the transformation, right? So it's like she starts off normal and then gets into the darkness. And then like in the end of the song, she's starting over and getting away from all of that. So like she's coming out of the darkness, which is why like her voice is pitched up at the end like that. Little things like that I think really set the scene for a song, man.
The other thing about depression is it kind of collapses time.
So you find yourself trying to remember the things that made you happy, but slowly, your brain begins to erase every memory that ever brought you joy.
And eventually, all you can think about is how life has always been this way.
Hayden's heart of sorrow, but she's dancing with the flames.
Everything you feel, you wish, you love to forget,
it all just sinks. And suddenly, you give it life again. And then over time, that's all I wanted. Those 2 seconds of nothing.
That's a really dope detail right there, bro. I love stuff like that.
So I appreciate it.
And this was also mixed by RPD, right?
Nah, so I did. So I did, I guess, like a blooper. I mixed this song, and then when I was sending him the stems and the track out so he could mix them, he's like, "Oh yeah, I didn't really mix this one because the vocals were already on the beat." And I was like, what?" And so I went and I checked back the folder, and I ended up sending him the full song that I mixed, and so he basically just ended up mastering it. I took it and I tweaked the mixes just a little bit to kind of give more range and dynamic to the vocals and the verses overall, and kind of turned the whisper track down a little bit, and then he went back and he mastered it, and this is how it came out. So at the end of the day, being that it's such a personal song, it's something that's part of my story, I guess. The universe be universe and life be life, and I was supposed to have the mixing credit for this, which
I love it, dude. I love the mix. I think it sounds great.
Yeah, for
All
sure.
the details are
I appreciate
really
that, man.
good. Yeah, man. Thank you for
He did his thing. The mastering he put on it definitely brought it out more, which I mean, it's kind of what a mastering does, is to bring out the mix. So like all in all, like the mixing that he did on this album and the mastering that he did, it just made everything shine. And with my mix on this song, the mastering made it pop a lot more. And so like, again, shout out to Mix RPD.
Shout out Mix RPD. Much love to you. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next track, unless there's anything you'd like to share about that last track before we move on.
All right, man.
like I cut you off.
We pretty much spoke on it. Yeah, no, we spoke on it all, man. So that's the good way.
Bet. So we're gonna go ahead and play the next track. Thank y'all for joining us in the review room for our very first ever listening party. We're honored to present Classic's latest body of work, Son of Luca. Make sure y'all show him some love. Let's check out this track right here.
Two hearts beating and scarred by the weight of a world too cruel to care. In the stillness beyond the veil, they found a second chance. A place where their broken pieces fused into a love untainted, kinetic in its beauty, divine in its peace. Their sanctuary built from the wreckage of a past life. This is their story, not of endings, but of beginnings, rewritten in love. Little Leisha, barely 12, got friends and family, feels alone. Her mama was a crack addict, did anything for stones. Let grown men rub and touch her cause her pops was never home. At night she cried herself to sleep, just wishing one day she'd be gone. Kept secrets to herself, promised mama she never tell. At dinner sit in silence, just suffering in her hell. Her friends wouldn't believe her, she couldn't trust no one else. And she was scared to turn to teachers, thinking they couldn't offer help. Day by day she's losing hope, turn the page and starts writing notes. Begins with you should know and signing off, it's time to go. To the dark, she's closer than most, this little girl just overdosed. Now if you yearn to hold her, better learn to love her ghost. I have to live this life, I'm not someone who I intend to be. I hope you can forgive me for the pain and all the misery. You are not to blame, I really love you for protecting me. Could you love my ghost, cause I don't want you all forgetting me. I really tried my best to weigh this damage is affecting me. I know I pushed away the ones who wanted to be next to me. Inside I'm just empty and this loneliness makes sense to me. But could you love my ghost, cause I don't want you all forgetting me. Andre was a cool kid that everyone seemed to love. With the smile on his face, walk inside a room it lit up. Dating pretty girls, it would seem he had all the luck. Till he goes home every night, his pops gets drunk and beats him up. Mama used to intervene, kick and slap and then she screamed. But he just pushed her off and punched her once and watch her bleed. See, what Andre never knew was that his birth been ill-conceived. His mama used to always cheat to make money, she'd walk the street. So every time Andre comes home, the only thing his pops will see is the face of a man his only son's father could be. In a place where trauma haunts it, there could never be any peace. All these angels wearing turncoats to the dark, he's closer than most. Open his book and grabs his pen, he starts writing out notes. Begins with you should know and signing off, it's time to go. Heard a bang come from his room, mama breaks in hollering no. Now if you yearn to hold him, better learn to love his ghost. I have to live this life, I'm not someone who I intend to be. I hope you can forgive me for the pain and all the misery. You are not to blame, I really love you for protecting me. Could you love my ghost, cause I don't want you all forgetting me. me. I really tried my best to weigh this damage is affecting me. I know I pushed away the ones who wanted to be next to me. Inside I'm just empty and this loneliness makes sense to me. But could you love my ghost, cause I don't want you all forgetting me. Andre and Lolisha was everyone's favorite couple. Found each other in the afterlife and bonded over struggles. Two young tortured souls who get to leave behind their troubles. Your smile's just so beautiful, I'm happy I could love you. With him she's feeling comfortable, safe and protected. With her he's infatuated, finally feels respected. All the pain from both their past life bringing forth a new perspective. This what destiny intends for me, I guess life been perfected. So glad that I met you, I feel we got something special. Who would've thought work of angels could've felt like it's the devil? A match made in heaven where spirits aren't judgmental. God walks up to both of them, the blessing sentimental. Neither really dreamed they live happily ever after. Suppose somewhere's a lesson even when you finish the chapter. A new one's being written cause your story is what matters. Holding each other close but whispering through the laughter. It's so nice to see your face and we can be who we intend to be. I'm sorry I wasn't there through the pain and all of your misery. I don't place no blame on you not being there protecting me. I'll always love your ghost cause together I know we're meant to be. I know you'll try your best so now this damage not affecting me. Promise to pull you closer, you're the one I'm wanting next to me. Now my heart is full and loneliness just don't make sense to me. I'll always love your ghost cause together I know we're meant to be.
I never would have thought this type of love existed.
Me neither. But then again, I didn't think I'd meet you here. I guess they forgot to mention some perks.
Stop it. You're just saying that because we're stuck with eternity together.
No, we both know it's a lot more than that.
I don't want to be without you. And I know I probably sound...
You don't have to explain. Trust me. I don't want to be without you either.
I really do trust you, I mean.
You know, back when I was alive, I spent so much time wondering if I'd ever feel happy. It's strange to think I had to leave the world to finally find you with you.
Me too. I think maybe we're here because we're meant to teach each other something.
Like what?
That love isn't just for the living. It's infinite, eternal.
I like that. Maybe love's the reason we even get our wings in the first place, you know?
Then let's keep flying.
Together?
Together.
I was hoping you say that.
Damn, bro. I really did. I love the outro on that. It was just like the cherry on top. You know what I mean? Love the beat, love the track, dude. I think someone said earlier, like, it's the whole album is very cohesive. I think that's like such a great way to describe it. It flows so well. I know I said that earlier, but I'm really loving how you did the track listing on this one. It was clearly very intentional. But tell us, tell me a little bit about, the girl on the end of the track. Tell me a little bit about, tell me about, you kind of mentioned that these 3 tracks are about, people that meant a lot to you and people that had impacts on your life. Let's talk a little bit about the hook. You say, could you love my ghost because I don't want you all forgetting me. I really tried my best the way his damage is affecting me. I know I pushed away the ones who wanted to be next to me. Inside I'm just empty and this loneliness makes sense to me. But how could you love my ghost because I don't want you all forgetting me. So tell me about the inspiration behind the hook.
My own words at one point in time.
You said what?
My own words at one point in time in my life. The way I was feeling, which will come more vivid in the next track. But yeah, that's where I was at before. That's what I was feeling. That's what I was going through myself. And it just tied in perfectly with this story, which happened years and years ago. Like when I was a kid, these 2 kids that I know and I went to school with it at the time, and used that for the basis of the first and second verse. The hook was my words, my feelings, things that I was going through, and how I felt. I pushed away people who wanted to be next to me. the damage through life itself took a toll on me and affected a lot of people around me. I wanted to be forgotten, but I didn't want people to forget about me. So like I always had this I guess this concept of like, like would I go like if ghosts are real, would people like love my ghost or whatever. Um so it's a very real thing. And it's just fit perfectly. This was probably the second song I wrote for this album. So between writing "Son of Luca" for the first song for this album, and then writing this song second, like both songs being drastically different than I originally idolized this album being, and both of those songs being sonically different, topically different, in every way possible. I didn't know where this was going. It wasn't until like maybe 60% of the album was done. I was like, yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing. I know how I'm gonna do it. I know where I want to go with it now. Again, just testament to trusting the process. But yeah, the hook is my words and my feelings at one point in time that just happened to go really good with this song.
Classic. Man, I really have no words at this point. I know we still got, what, 2 more songs left? Or 3 more songs left? I think it's 13 songs.
3 more.
3 more songs left. But this one's probably one of my favorites. I really love this one. I love the one you did with Someone Called Someone. That one was dope. Toast to the Gods, which we'll talk about a little bit later. And I think Heart Capella, DNA Vitrium. I don't know. I think I got a top 5 at this point. But let's go ahead and move on to the next track from Son of Luca. Y'all, don't make me say it again. Go check it out. YouTube, Bandcamp. Go to his website, theamentaasylum.com. You can check out all this stuff there. Alright, let's go ahead and go with this next track right here. It's called... Not this one. I'm sorry. It is...
Yeah, like real quick, even before with this one, I like it because the third verse, it's like, I don't know if you're familiar with plot break repetition. I didn't know where I was gonna go with the third verse. I could have done like another scenario and it would have been just as real. But I wanted kind of like this happy ending or whatever. So I just, that part obviously is not a real part of life that we're aware of anyway. And so the way I flipped the hook to be exactly the same, but like that's why I said hook too, because it's different, because it's of a different point of view now. Anyway, it's little dope things like that.
What is it called again? Can you say it one more time?
Plot break repetition.
Plot break repetition.
Eminem's song "Stand" and Kendrick Lamar's "Sing About Me," and I can't remember the song, but Lupe Fiasco has another one. They're very good with doing that. So, like for example, using Eminem's song, the 3 verses is about somebody who's mad at him. And so, like, there's another version, like, okay, this guy's, like, still mad, right? But then it's like, no, it's Eminem responding now, right? So it's like, taking what you expect to happen, repetition, and then breaking the plot and doing something different. And that's what I did with, like, the third verse. Because you think, like, okay, so he's going to talk about somebody else who went through it. And it's like, well, no, actually, I'm going to do this instead. And then change the hook to be, instead of like a suicide note, so to speak, be like these 2 people are now talking to themselves.
Yeah.
That's one of the ascension of the
I
lost.
see, yeah.
Yeah.
So do you plan when these sort of things happens in your song, like these kind of build-ups, or does it, how do you songwrite? What's your songwriting process like, Classic? I feel like I should have asked you this way before, but
It varies, man. It varies. Like, honestly, sometimes a lot of times I'm a verse first type of person. Sometimes I do a hook first. There's plenty of songs where, like, if I get a hook in like 10 seconds, we definitely dropping the hook first. But then I have some songs where I did completely backwards. Like, I was like, oh, we're gonna do this for the outro real quick, and we're gonna do the hook, and I'm gonna do the bridge for it at the end of it, and then I'm gonna write the verses for it or whatever. And so this song specifically, I didn't intend for it. I just, again, I wrote the first verse, the second verse, and then when I was doing the third verse, I was like, if I talk about somebody else, do I end it like that, like on a sad note, or do I like do a fourth verse and like somehow make it happy? Or I was like, do I just like talk about my own story and like what happened when I didn't go through with it? And then ultimately I was like, I think this is the better option of like making it more so of a fantasy of like a movie scene and kind of give it that happy ending of like, tragedy that happened to two kids in life kind of turned out to be like a fairy tale ending. Like they both did what they did because they didn't feel loved, and then met each other in the afterlife, bonded over struggles, and then like they felt love. You know what I'm saying? Who would have thought Work of Angels could have felt like it's the devil? Um, I just I didn't think that's where I was going to go with it at all until I was already there. And then after I wrote the third verse, I was like, well, now the hook don't make sense. So let's flip the hook to have the same cadence and the same melody, but switch out the words to make it to them talking to themselves rather than leaving behind the note. You know what I mean? So. And then there's that length at the end. I was like, I don't want to cut it because I didn't feel like it was done. I reached out to a couple people to like, yo, what do you think about maybe doing this? And everybody tried or everybody had intentions to try, and it just didn't come out right, or like they couldn't get it down, or they didn't do it. And then literally maybe like the week of that I sent everything to RPD to mix, I got that outro done, and then I sent it to him. Amazing the way he mixed it. So funny because when we was mixing the album, I kept telling him like, "Yo, just turn this down a little bit, maybe turn this up a little bit." And then when he did that, it was like the opposite. It was like, "Okay, now turn this up maybe a little bit, and turn that down." Like so, like yeah, it was. He understood exactly what we was going for with that one off the bat, and I was like, "Cool." So like now everything I told you on the other song, I'm like, do the opposite with this one because I like it like this. So it was dope. It was like one of them things we didn't really have to speak about to understand where the vision was going.
Yeah. You said something about like a movie earlier. Someone said that listening to your album is like watching a movie almost. Earlier.
Yeah, 100%. I appreciate that because that is very intentional. Again, like with my track listing, that is what I want. Like going back to both or really everything. Speaking of someone called someone, you go listen to Legends World. You go listen to the one I did, Black Sheep Chronicles. You listen to Life's a Beauty. You listen to this album. You go back and listen to The Door. You can listen to them all front to back and get your story, and you can also listen to them all back to front, and you can get the same story from a different perspective. That's why track listing to me and curating the track list is like one of the most important things of doing an album. I'm not ever gonna just throw songs on there and be like, here you go, unless it's with the intention, like Evolution of a Past Classic, which you can get for free on Bandcamp. Shameless play. But you know what I mean? When it's a body of work with intention, yeah, I want you to experience the journey. I appreciate people realizing that.
Classic. We are gonna go ahead and move to Ascension of the Lost. Do you want to say anything about this track before we get started? Give anyone a little bit of backstory, or should we just get right into it?
It was the last song that I wrote for the album, and I think when people hear it, they'll understand why it was the last song. It took everything in me. For the longest time, it was things that I didn't want to confront while I was writing it. It was things that I would write, then I would just stop and work on something else. I didn't. I even questioned if I wanted to get this personal on this album. But at the end of the day, it just came out, and this is what it is. It's also another song that I did not intend it to be this way. I had an ideal for what I wanted this particular beat to have. And when I wrote it, everything came out the way it came out, and I wouldn't change a thing because it's better than I originally intended. So just a personal one, man. So hopefully people rock with it.
And you know they will. Y'all, let's get some good energy in the chat for Classic and this next song on his new album, Son of Luca. Ascension of the Lost, a reflection. Y'all check this out right here.
They thought I'd crumble underneath the weight of it all. But here I stand, rebuilt by the hands of every soul I lost. Proof that even in the darkness the spirit can ascend. This isn't just a song, this is a resurrection.
Me and God ain't no speaking terms. He left me bleeding just to watch me learn. My world on fire and I'ma let it burn. I feel the rage and for you I yearn. To hold me tight, say it'll be okay. See you in my dreams, but you can't stay. Since the day you left, so much has changed. Wish I could wake up and see your face. Most days it's hard. You ever had to live without your heart? Wish I could pick up the phone and call to hear your voice, but the beat would start. I kinda found peace in the dark, yeah, and it's a little scary. I need that spark. Try to stand tall, but my knees get weak, and ooh, I fall apart. Don't wanna go back to when my heart was black. I know you're gone, don't understand that crime rating is on. Tears hit my bed, been pissed for so long, I'm hurting sad. Had to stay strong, not betray, I'm mad. We had dreams, so we followed the path. Do I even need to add? Your kids need you bad. If missing you comes in waves, I'm drowning today. Profound is the fate that took you away. So many words I wanna say. You was an angel for heaven's sake. I'll always cherish the love you gave. If I could get you back for one more day, it'll just be a trick so I can take your place. Cause I can't accept fate.
When I needed love, you were there. And I hope you know how much that meant to me.
Flowers for the dead, I wish that I could see you again. I spent them hours in my head and still don't none of this make sense. I guess I'm selfish, I resent you wasn't there for some offense. That's just me needing space to vent. I know you're worthy to ascend. I lost my brothers, not just friends. At night I wish the pain would end. I pressed that knife against my skin. I mixed my quaaludes with some gin. I put that gun up to my head. They said I'm lucky she walked in. Leap to the sky, I'm hunted by some demons who just won't die. Clip my wings, can't fly. Impending doom suffice. Remorse that I survived when they had the light to kind of thrive. Still can hear the voices in my mind, delusional thinking they by my side. Instead of dealing with the grief, get high, wrestling death, my self-sacrifice. The dark and gloom, all I exemplify. Sending search parties in the afterlife, dreaming of the moment that we can reunite. But until then, I remember all the times when I.
Since the world took them from me, there's this weight that lingers inside. A gravity pulling me towards memories of faces I'll never see again. The graveyards in my heart are full. Each headstone with its own lesson. But through the storm of sorrow, I had to learn to dance in the fiery rain.
Still feeling low, no one to talk to. Every door open up, hope people walk through. I know you're disappointed, it's hard since we lost you. God need an angel, the world needs your heart too. Wish we could live out apart too. Death is the price for a life that they charge you. If I seen it coming, would've stood there to guard you. Guard you to the ones I love, but they hate you in the smart room. Trapped inside of this dark room, contemplating hell and car fumes. I just wanna be with my dogs. Represent squad till the time come where we all get to ball soon.
Cause I started taking them shots because of you.
Sad aside depression, wonder if they think I left them. Couldn't be further from the truth. If you're listening, this should answer your questions. Vivid memories of a conversation piece where we talking about how we destined. You left it off like it wasn't forced. And if it's meant to be, you ain't gotta force it. You pat my back, said I'm rewarded with the task attack to push us forward. Now you're not here to see our fortress. Almost like you knew you'd leave before us. I let you down, but you're still important. You're the source while my soul is pouring. I remember them early mornings.
They were taken too soon, but the spirit is alive in me. Each step I take is for them. Every tear watered the seeds of resilience, and now I bloom in their honor. What once felt like chains of sorrow now feels like wings of purpose. I'm here because they live, and I won't let their story fade. The broken pieces of my heart turned into shards of strength. I've bled in the shadows, but now I rise, carrying their light forward.
Hey, I learned to tame my monsters in the forest of mystique, and I done walked out that same darkness. Heard their voices guiding me, heard they said love would be eternal. I've embraced it as my creed. Must know them bottles couldn't drown me. All them drugs just made me see I'm a soldier of the fallen, bridal soul. Understand, call them, did some cleaning, found my calling in the cracks of my despair. My broken hope held well with God and faith and destiny. Menage, and I ain't come this far for nothing. Like my papa, boy, I'm stubborn. The summit where I'm summoned, something, man, I'm plotting when I'm mumbling. Reaping what I sow off of all of my rebelling acts. Straight and narrow, fell to that. Classic rap, compelling facts. I never met a ceiling that I didn't turn to shattered glass. Got my powers from my past, and my heart carries those who passed. It feels good to be someone who they telling that.
This is a goodbye. This is a promise. I'll honor their light, even in my darkest nights. For every soul I lost deserves a legacy that'll shine forever. From the abyss I breathe through my wings. Their love didn't end with death. It became the reason we keep fighting and keep living.
Wizard said, cadence is nuts and that guitar is guitaring. Spark the Feeling
That's
said, love the flow on this one.
I appreciate you.
Mix RPD said, we like the mix so much we're afraid to change it. That's legit. When you know you got something, you know you got something. So that's really dope.
Yeah, for sure. Cause this being the last track that I sent to him, this was the last check that he had got back to me. So again, like when you learn as how to work as an artist and an engineer together, he kind of already knew what I like and what I wanted less of and more of and all this. So by the time he got to this one, we already exchanged a bunch of notes on things. And so when he sent me this, I was like, yeah, that's one and done, bro. Like I don't like that's perfect. You don't need to be into it. And then like we went through and we did some more changes to other songs that we finished before that. But we both agree like that's about as close as perfect can get with this song. And yeah, but we just didn't want to risk over mixing it, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, it came out good.
So the mumble bar, was it intentional?
Nah, man, that was so that one. A lot of that song I did not actually write. It was piecing it up. Like I would sit here and I'd be like, okay, I would rap like 12 bars or something like that. And then I would go and I would write and I'd be like, let's take that out and do it again. And then I'll go and I'll write. And then when I got to that part, like the fourth verse or whatever in that mumble bar, I was like, okay, like my papa, boy, I'm stubborn. I was like, boy, I'm plotting when I'm mumbling. I was like, well, I don't want to just put that like right after that, right? And so I was like, I just fucking record the fucking mumbling, bro. Like, they just put it that way. And so like, yeah, that's just how it came out as I was freestyling and then penning it, and then I literally, I'd show you the paper. I don't know where it's at, but it's like, it's the bar and then the mumble bar. It just has like a bunch of lines going through it, and then it's like I'm plotting when I'm mumbling. I didn't even write it, so it came out. It came out dope, man. I love the way the song came out. Again, not intentionally like I originally planned, as most of this album was, but I think that that's just a testament to trusting the process and this. Yeah.
This is my favorite album of yours. Classic. I'm not even gonna lie. I think, in my personal opinion, because I like stuff that's real vulnerable and just like, raw in that sense. So, I can honestly say this is like my favorite thing that you've done so far. So, and I really do want to applaud you and Mix RPD and anyone else who might have been involved with this album, because it just really is great audio work. And I just like I said, seeing the lyrics really just puts it all together for me, and I'm just here. Is there? So, you said something earlier in the song that I wanted to touch on. Actually, is let me see here.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Kill, man. Kill came through with the production. Like all the dropouts and the intros, outros, definitely my hand, but the production itself, the beats, and that's all Kill, man, which I mean is a big part of this work. And I've been sitting on these beats for so long that I mean it's just something that I guess was meant to happen. Because had I made this album 2023, it probably, I say it, bro, it probably would have been trash. Had I made the album I originally wanted to earlier in 2024, it wouldn't have been this. So, shout out to Kill for setting the camp.
Mix RPD said checks notes. Yes, actually, checking my notes here. I'm just like reading back on the lyrics. You said, I learned to tame my monsters in the forest of mystique, and I done walked out that same darkness, had their voices guiding me. Can you talk a little bit about that line? Damn, bro, listen. What the hell's going on? Are you good? Is there an emergency at hand? Do you need to leave the review room? That is the only circumstance I'm gonna let you out this closet right now.
Man, it's just your people out here tweaking me out. I don't know what they're watching me for, bro. I'm just trying to be great like everybody else, man. And I got your henchmen breathing over my shoulders, bro. I'm nervous. I don't know what they plotting on doing, bro, because they don't listen to you. You told them not to touch me, and you seen they just threw me in the chair, bro. So I'm just trying to make sure I'm good for my life, bro. I still got great things I want to do, and I'm not trying to go out like this, bro. I don't want to get like I don't want to get Saddam Hussein out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? My execution will not be televised.
Saddam Hussein? Is that a reference to my ethnicity? Canceled. No, I'm just playing. I'm just kidding. No, we're good. We're good, guys. We're good. Relax.
I think you're gonna get canceled before me on that one, bro. I'm gonna be honest. So again, going back to like the intro, the first bar is literally the black sheep's been forsaken. And then if you listen to the interlude, the last bar is I've been sanctified through hardships, now my spirit's feeling marvelous. So those are callbacks to the Black Sheep Chronicle. But this album unintentionally becoming a prequel to that, and with Black Sheep Chronicles being like the therapy session after this album, if you go back and you listen to Hear Your Intro, somewhere around the middle of the song, I say, I locked my monsters up and hit them in the forest of mystique. So like in this song, when I said I've been in the forest with my monsters and you know had them voices guiding me or whatever, it's just a callback to that. Like, you know, and in that song in Hear Your Intro on Black Sheep Chronicles, it says I visit them when I feel malnourished. And so like basically this is referencing a time where like I felt malnourished and I resorted to my monsters. And then I walked out of that and I had their voices guiding me. You know what I'm saying? That's all that was. Lord, like you kind of got to be familiar with the catalog to understand the reference to begin with.
Yeah.
Which I know a lot of people who are listening to Son of Lupa are very familiar with Black Sheep Chronicles. Shout out to y'all. But yeah, that's where that line came from. It's just in a sense, an interpolation of that line, but also a callback to the whole album, Black Sheep Chronicles.
Yeah. I noticed that you touch a lot on loss and grief in this project.
Which is hilarious because I still haven't dealt with any of it. I'm kidding. Any of it, I just mean most of it. Yeah, probably not something to joke about. Yeah.
We need a like an animation that comes out and that goes canceled. I need to get one of y'all's help. Who's familiar with OBS? I probably just could look it up on YouTube, but we're gonna figure that one out. But no, I like I said, bro. Honestly, I'm speechless at the whole album. And you know, you do talk about dealing with grief. You talk about wrestling death. You talk about you know, certain, you know, thoughts, and I just want to know if you have any encouraging words for anyone who may have gone through that or who may be going through something similar right now.
You really saying you have to get canceled, bro?
I sure am.
Yeah, I bet. Watch me take the bait, baby. Nah, man. Listen. At the end of the day, like I said, when you understand that you are the universe having a human experience, bro. I mean, bro. First of all, you still here? If you even listening to this, and I need you to know that your survival rate for bad days is 100%. There has not been a bad day that took you up. So with that being said, you're pretty much undefeated. I know it's hard to find the silver linings, but the thing about silver linings when you're in the dark, they shine. You can see them, even if it's very like minuscule or faint. Yeah. You can see a silver lining. As long as you keep the bigger picture in mind, you know what I'm saying? If you go back and you listen, another shameless plug, you're probably not the best place for it, but if you go back and listen to my song Quiet Noises, at the end of it, I put this outro there with a very specific intent, and it is to remind me as well as the listener, like, if you're in hell, why would you stop? Like, keep going. That is how you get through it. Bulls run towards the storm. Cows run away from the storm. The difference is you run through the storm, you're going to get through it quicker. You run away from the storm, inevitably you're just going to tire out and the storm's going to catch up to you anyways. So just face it head on and understand that, like, if it's not going to take you out, then it's just going to make you stronger. And a lot of times we don't realize how strong we are until we're put up against the test. And so I get self-doubt and I get fear, but face everything and rise. That's literally the acronym. That's the only acronym I acknowledge for fear, bro. Face everything and rise. And as cliche as that is, cliches are cliches for a reason because they're tried and true. So chin up, chest out, one foot in front of the other, bro. You still here. You got a greater purpose.
Thank you, Classic. Thank you for saying those words, and we appreciate you for being here, joining us in the review room tonight, spreading your wisdom and giving us these gems is very appreciated. We always appreciate a great artist in the review room and great energy.
I don't know why you got me here. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I had like second, third, fourth, and fifth thoughts.
I know. I believe you.
I figured
you talked about fourth and fifth.
If I just, I figured if I just started posting about it, then it would happen. So,
hey, it worked, bro. You got your henchmen. I'm sitting here. I got no cell phone service, so you win, bro.
Guys, we're joking. Please don't.
We're joking, guys.
Oh gosh, shut up. No, I'm just playing. Oh god, one of these days, it's gonna be hilarious, guys. Anyway, let's go back to the project here. We're gonna go to one of my favorite songs on the album, "Toast to the Gods." Gods is an acronym, seemingly an acronym, right? What is that supposed to?
So I worded it like that. We'll get more into it after, but right now, like I worded it that way with the intent to line up with the concept and the theme of the album and the rest of the track listing. But in all honesty, if you listen to the song, you'll realize "Toast to the Gods" just means toast to the good old days.
Toast to the good old days, featuring Someone Called Someone.
I remember all the sounds, the rain hitting the pavement, laughter on the block, man. We was young, wild, and untamed. Thought the world couldn't touch us.
Before life removed the innocence, when candy bars were 50 cents, kicking it with silly friends. This is how it all begins. The street lights come on, hear the whistle from our moms. Laugh and dap up and do it all again, but you ain't never stand a chance if your homework wasn't done. Don't forget to take the chicken out when mama coming home. Change your school clothes and don't back talk like you grown. We ain't never had a lot, but the pain was never shown. They had 3 beds, but somehow we got along. I used to tell us to enjoy it while you young. Splitting 10 with the homies, stacking change and carving dreams. If you ever took a jump shot, holla Kobe for the team. Faded jersey, scuffed kicks, but the spirit stay pristine. Got the playing cards clipped on the bike to make it sing. We was glued at the hip in the way you won't believe, huh? Seems we grew up and developed amnesia. Time stretched out, broke down 2-seater. We ghost in the streets from the old days we dream of. Lessons come free, but the talk cheaper. Wish we all stayed in touch like a palm reader.
Ain't got time, no time. No time to think about what we don't have. Ain't got time, no time. No time to think about if it won't last. I got love for the friends on my side. I got love for those innocent times, but ain't got time, no time. So let's just toast to this good old days. Back when there was less stress, more wishing. Got a roof overhead. Lord willing, mama says we can play when the chores finish. Whirlwind around the house like a storm system. About to 10 run, rule them like the 4th inning. Got the homies on the line like we sport fishing. Racing bikes to the park till we short-winded. Court scrimmage, hoop games, felt the war winning. Such games, memories of those young days. Found change in these worn denims. Your boy grinning to the buffet. Fountain drinks, suicide got us up late. One plate for the whole table like a lunch day. All eating, get away like it's off season. They say lessons come free, but the talk cheaper. Wish we all stayed in touch like a palm reader. Little love from good friends, yeah, we ain't got time, no time. No time to think about what we don't have. Ain't got time, no time. No time to think about if it won't last. I got love for the friends on my side. I got love for those innocent times, but ain't got time, no time. So let's just toast to this good old days. One time.
All I ever wanted was to look back on my life, satisfied with the prize, enough to want to live it twice. No worries about the future, but whose house we at tonight? Knew your Frank was all there with the front yard full of bikes. Summer nights and the breeze nice, sugar water and it tastes right. No bills, just the world in our eyes, seeing shapes inside the clouds as we reaching for the skies. Now the weight of the world, it can make the shoulders ache. Young, running wild, now I'm trying to escape from the backyard adventures to the top of the block. These days all hustle, but I miss the calm spots. Ice cream truck, we're all familiar with the bot. Get a chocolate cookie sandwich or an icy push pop. Tell the homies check it out, it's the car who bass knock. Time keeps on slipping, man, they said we changed a lot. Innocent treasure that became something we lost. Went from playing in the rain to it's time to be a boss. Hear the past calling my name, but the future got a cost. Learn that lessons come free, but the talk cheap, boy. Wish we all stayed in touch like a farm reader.
Time, no time to think about what we don't have. Ain't got time, no time to think about if it won't last. I got love for the friends on my side. I got love for those innocent times, but ain't got time, no time. So let's just toast to those good old days one time. Let's just toast to those good old days one time.
Toast to the good old days. Classic.
Yeah.
What a jam right there. How did that come to be? How did you and Someone Called Someone get together for that one? Or did you envision him on the hook originally? Or like how did that come to be?
First off, I just want to point out, man, when we talk about building and progressing in a song, if you listen, the first verse, I say, lessons come free, but the talk cheaper, which we all stayed in touch like a palm reader. In someone's verse, he says, they say, lessons come free, but the talk cheaper, which we all stayed in touch like a palm reader. And in the third verse, I say, learned that lessons come free, but the talk cheaper. So it's like there's somebody who says it, then there's somebody who observed it and like, they say this, and then there's somebody who's like, man, I learned this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just again, song progression, damn it. Y'all need to do better. Anyways, shout out Someone Called Someone. If you know, that's family, man. We got a lot of work together. Legends Walk 2 coming. I didn't tell you that. Feel free to post about it though, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, that's good peoples. So originally, nobody was supposed to be on this album. This was my album. This was for me. I did not want nobody on this album. I understand grammatically correct cancels out, blah, blah, blah. Shut up. I did not want nobody on this album. I said what I said. Flip's World did a Catch the Vibe challenge, and me and someone did a song to both beats because he put up 2 beats this time. And we did a song to both beats. No shade to anybody. I feel like me and someone massacred whoever else competed in there. But because me and someone was the only one who did a song to one of those beats, we automatically got that one. And Flips was like, oh, I don't want to give it to both of them. Flips, you could have gave it to both of us, though. We should have had that. Regardless, though, we really liked that song. And the hook was different, but my first verse and his second verse was the same that you hear on Toast to the Gods. Because we didn't do nothing with that song and I still needed to do something with this beat, I was playing around and I was like, I wonder if this verse will fit. So I transposed the beat. Not really transposed it really because it's original. I sped it up. I put the tempo up a little bit, like 5 BPMs. And I was like, oh, this verse fits on this beat. And I was like, well, it was me and someone's song. Because I'm very, I don't know, considerate, I guess. I was like, I don't want to slight him. So I was like, yo, this album's not supposed to have features, but my verse fits really good on this beat. Check it out and let me know if you want to, do the song on this beat. Yeah. And he's like, yo, I actually love this better than the original. I was like, so you want the feature spot or no? And the rest is history. Toast to the Gods came together. He laid the hook down. The hook is different. It's not the same hook that we had originally on Flip's beat. His verse is the same. I think he took out like one line, not even like maybe three words. And my verse is the same. And then I added the third verse because again, the third verse is still alive and well. And if you're doing songs with two verses, please show us your pen matters and do a third verse just for the sake of the love of hip hop. But needless to say, toast to the gods. It wasn't supposed to be, and it definitely wasn't supposed to be on this beat. But when you're great, you adapt and you adjust and make things happen, and that's exactly what two great MCs did with this song.
Definitely a great song. I think I'm about to increase. It's my top 5 of this album. I really like. I think I really enjoy. Like, I mean, I like the whole album, but
I also wanted something more like I guess mellow and like relatable, so like people can be like, oh, I want to reflect and be nostalgic. Um, so I felt like it was a good way to like end it in a sense. Granted, there's one more song, but kind of like you went through all of this in life, and then you get like, you know what, man, let's just reminisce when time was easier.
Yeah.
And so again, sequencing matters. That's why that song is basically last.
Yeah. No, I really dig that song. I think it's a great song that you can roll up a lettuce wrap to and enjoy.
Yeah, spinach wrap. Spinach wrap.
I like lettuce. You don't like lettuce wrap? You don't like lettuce? Lettuce.
I mean, spinach is greener. You know what I'm saying?
Spinach is dark greener. Lettuce is bright greener.
I mean,
brighter green.
Sometimes you got to question that bright green stuff. I'm just saying. But needless to say, all green is good green. Mostly.
Thank you. No.
We don't discriminate against the green.
I like the chill vibes on this one. Really love how someone called someone like he added his touch to it, and it just kind of gave it that good old days feel. I feel like the way he came
100%.
about doing it, and so it was just perfect for the song.
100%, man. There's a bunch of things that's like I think a lot of people again, they can relate to in his verse. Especially like Mama say we can play when the chores finish. Whirlwind around the house like a storm system. Like Mama tell you to go out and play, but you got to clean the house first. You basically sweeping everything under the rug and in the closet, right? So it's like everybody knows how that goes. That type of thing. Unless sometimes you just didn't care and you went out and what Mama gonna do. But that's neither here nor there.
Oh man.
Mama gonna beat my ass with a chop.
I just had like a moment, like PTSD.
You and me both, bro. That's why I had to clarify.
Yeah. Well, that's a toast to the good old. Let's toast to the good old days, classic. And was there anything else you wanted to share about that song that? Because I feel like we kind of covered the vibe. I mean, this is.
Yeah, I think that one very more. Simplistic. Now I don't want to say simplistic, but very more like upfront. Like there's no, double meanings. There's no subtleties. There's none. Bro, like ice cream truck. We're all familiar with the bop. Like, did you not hear the ice cream truck playing in your head right now? Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
bro. Yeah, shout out to RPD. I like the cookie sandwich bar too, bro. Get an icy push pop or a chocolate cookie sandwich.
What?
Yeah, bro. If you know, you know what I'm saying? And then you're eating it and you're like, yo, there's that cool car with the rims and the bass system. I'm like, it's nostalgic, bro. Like, where the homies at? And it's like, you see your homeboy's house got like 6 bikes in front of it. And it's like, yo, that's where everybody's at. Yeah. Like, just things like that, man. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, definitely what the album needed as well. Dope song. And shout out to the fam. Someone called someone for coming through on that. And I'm glad we were able to make that happen because we both love the song. And we wanted it to live, and if we didn't do it this way, that song basically would have died. And I'm not for that at all.
Yeah, it's a great track. I mean, the lyrics are pretty up front. I feel like you guys check out his lyrics. He's got them all for every single song on here. He has lyrics. This is great. I need to catch up on this, probably. And also I need to hop on Bandcamp and upload some more stuff. But
yeah. Everybody in the chat, go ahead, post on Bandcamp more. Appreciate y'all.
And everybody make sure that y'all show Classic some love by sharing his new album, Son of Luca, which we have almost listened to in its entirety here in the review room for our very first listening party. Classic, how you feel right now, bro? We're about to.
I feel good, man.
Near the end.
I feel good. I feel accomplished. I feel grateful. Um, like yo, at the same time, I'm also struggling with like sitting in the moment and basking in the glory of this accomplishment because literally I'm looking forward to the next thing that I may or may not I'm not gonna say who we is, but if you pay attention to the timeline, you probably already figured it out. But the next thing that we are going to drop at the end of the month, hopefully. So like I'm tied between like doing that, knocking out a couple features, and just enjoying this moment. I struggle with enjoying the moments. I'm always looking ahead or stuck on something in the past. I'm trying to live in the moment with this one, man, because this one's special. It already opened a few doors for me, and I still idolize it and want to actualize it, opening more doors for me. So I'm trying to enjoy it, man. Overall, I'm just grateful. The love has been phenomenal. I appreciate every ear. Like I said, even if you just listen to the intro, you listen to the whole album, but you don't get to experience that way. So everybody who actually went track 1, 2, 3, so forth to the last track, I can't thank you enough. And hopefully it resonates, and feel free to continue spinning it up and tell a friend. Tell Bland fam not to sue me. I kind of said, feel free to continue spinning it up. I don't want no problem, bro. I don't want no smoke. Y'all got that, bro.
No, we want the smoke. Not playing.
Listen, anybody who got a pen moving on the paper to a beat, I want the smoke. I'm gonna be honest. Right? I still very much love the competitive form of hip hop. However, all love to Bland fam and everybody else who does their reviews and streams the music. And I'm just grateful to be a part of it and be seen and be heard, man. I can't thank y'all enough. And if you dig this one, I promise you there's gonna be plenty more coming down the pipeline that you're gonna rock with in due time. But right now I'm just trying to enjoy this and be grateful and present.
Yeah. Speaking of competition, I'm gonna put you on the spot here. Classic.
Let's go.
What do you think about hosting some form of rap competition on the review room and maybe being a judge? Putting you on the spot from 113 people, you can't say no.
Don't get sensitive if I say your shit was ass.
We don't say that here in the review room.
I just said don't get sensitive, and here's this guy. You know what I'm saying?
That's one thing we don't say.
Alright, if I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling it. But at the end of the day, that means nothing. But if we're doing it based off of certain criteria, I'm always gonna keep it honest, man. Music itself has done too much for me to gas up mediocrity, bro. I'm not one of those people that's gonna sit here and be like, "Oh, that was dope." If I didn't genuinely think it was dope.
Fair. That's definitely fair. I feel the same way. I try to keep it honest. I don't want to tell anyone their stuff is ass.
No, I'll be fair. Listen. For transparency, I'm not just gonna be like that was ass. Who's next? I'm gonna be like, yo. I'm gonna be honest. That was ass. Now let me tell you why.
Oh my god. So, with that being said, how do you feel about being a judge?
Bring them, bro. Call me Simon Classic Cowboy. You know what
He's
I'm
gonna be the
saying?
Simon. We need
bro.
Maybe
I promise I'm not gonna be like these other weirdos and just say stuff to be like a contrarian or be on counterculture, bro. There's too much of that. Like I will be genuine with you, and I'm not just gonna be like, again, I'm not just gonna be like, no, it's trash, this sucks, do better, and then fucking make 20 tweets about whack rappers, bro. I will give you constructive criticism. I've been doing this for a while. I've been at different heights and different doors around different people. I feel like I have a good sense on what it is to be a dope MC. Listen to the catalog, I guess, and make your own decision. But I know what I'm talking about. I know how to hit pockets. I know how songs should be structured. And I know what is good music, even if it is not favorable to my palate. I know a good song when I hear a good song, and no, it doesn't mean the mix is clean, because the mix does not have to be clean for the song to be good. However, a trash mix can make a song bad. So don't be mad if you have a trash mix and I'm like, um, but nah, bro, I'm all for it because whack rappers do weird shit, and when they start doing weird shit, I'm here to laugh at them. So
You might need to put that on a shirt.
it's coming. It's been you know what I mean
I
it's
just
in the works.
I think it would be great to have a competition here in the review room. I'd really love to do something. It'd be fun to do something in the rap realm, but I'd want to invite two other people who are more in tune with the rap scene and the genre and even like the history of rap and stuff. So I was just
Yeah,
thinking
for sure.
if you were interested, you're not too busy, maybe one of the last review rooms of the month, we can figure something out. But
Yeah, no,
I'll send,
it's fun.
sir,
I'm
sir,
all with it.
classic, sir. I'll send you an email, sir. Pronto, so we can.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
All right, cool. Which means we need
One
one
of two
more
things is
judge.
gonna happen. They're either gonna get better or they're gonna give up. And if you give up, you never had it to begin with.
The most inspiring words from Classic tonight.
Let's go.
I mean, the least inspiring thing he said was pineapple doesn't go on pizza, and
Now, hold on. To be fair, I ain't say it didn't. I just said I'm personally not a fan of it, bro. More power to you. It's like
everybody
the
rewind it
religion
back.
thing, bro. It's
Rewind
the
it back.
listen. If you want to read the Bible before bed, by all means. I'm just not gonna read the Bible before bed. If you want pineapple on pizza, enjoy it. I hope it's good and I hope it fills your tummy. I'm just gonna pick it off and have the cheese and ham or whatever.
He's not a friend to us, y'all. Don't let him try to convince. No, I'm just kidding.
Jokes on y'all. I'm not here to be friends. I'll be honest, bro.
He's here to advocate for his hate for pineapple on pizza. So that's fine.
Really, I guess sure. I'm the bad guy. Oh me.
No. The next song of the night we're gonna play is gonna be a song that I one of my personal favorites on the album. I think it's like number 1 or number 2, but it's called Heart Capella. It's a circa 2016. Yes. Tell me, why are we listening to this almost 10 years later?
I felt it went with the album. Like the majority, like every song on this album, I felt tied into the certain theme that this album was, and so this was one of the last songs that I have recorded before I went away. Um, and I never released it mainly because at the time I named it something different, and it would have got overshadowed. And instead of focusing on what the song is about, it would have been focusing more on the person who made the song, and that's not what I wanted. I wanted people to hear the song. I wanted them to listen to it, not worry about where it's coming from. Um, it's also something that I've been, it hits close to home. I lost somebody due to, certain things this song is talking about. Um, and after all these years later, I just figured like, yo, now's the time. One, to like show, I guess in a way I always had it, but also to show growth, to show the difference in mindset and delivery. Um, I feel like you hear this song like Picasso Ramirez, a dope MC, pointed out like, yo, my only knock would be the vulgarity at the end. And I was like, yes, I understand, but like I personally felt the album needed it, and it delivered the message in a certain way that a lot of people might have not understood it. For example, they gave Kanye West a gospel award for the College Dropout album, and then they took it back when they realized how much he was cursing in the album, and his reason was sometimes to get the message through people, you have to speak their language. Um, so when I wrote this song, I articulated my words the way I wanted to for the mindset I was in. And I have to rewrite that song today, I will articulate it better in a more stronger and cleaner presence. Um, but it still resonates and it's still relevant and it still goes with the theme of what this album's about, which is we're all connected through struggle, and we all can resonate and have empathy towards other people in this walk of life, even if we don't go through it ourselves. Like, we can still feel the power and the presence of a certain energy, and being that it's still present, I was like, yo, I'm gonna put it on there. And I always had a thing for doing acapellas on my body of work. Granted, the past few didn't have one. I did it on The Door with the interlude. It was called the interlude, where it was an acapella, but we put like some background noise behind it. But even before like 2012 to 14, 15, 16, I always did like an acapella. It was like at least one or two acapellas on the album, which spoiler alert, I guess, I'm gonna bring back in later projects that I do. So I just kind of wanted to, you know, bring that back with this album and show them like, yo, again, like I said earlier, I don't need a beat to carry me. I still got it without a beat. My pen is sharp, not because the beat is dope, but because I'm in control of my pen. So with it fitting the album and being relevant, I was like, yo, this is a dope way to close the album. And so this is how we close the album, the Heart Capella.
Rest in peace, Shalina Lyles. I'm crying with the kids and the baby that's inside her, and the cop who shot Philando ain't get convicted at his trial. Then they blame the parents of Kendrick Johnson for his death. This shit is wild. Corin Gaines was gunned down while she held a child. Twisted minds of the children, portraying cops as the villains because they are. Minding my business, I guess that's against the law. Fuck Timothy Lowe, man, how the hell they let him walk? He didn't have a gun, still shot Alton Sterling in his heart. Rest in peace, Sean Bell, Walter Scott, and Frank Smart. No beat, I need you to listen how I talk. No peace, this world got me wishing on a star. The mind's a weapon, we've been dead from the start. Views of justice been obstructed. The government's corrupted, mentality screaming fuck it, now we causing a ruckus. Truth holder, whole crew soldiers, we act how you show us. Pack and move boulders, racist faces, bullshit in the nation, kill the pack, and if they black, well, that's a huge bonus. I'll ride for my brothers, crack spines, blast nines. I'll die for my brothers, defend my sisters while we waiting on Sandra Bland's side picture. What you mean you ain't trying to harm us? I seen what happened to Eric Garner, swear the feds paying off your dishonest honor while the feds paying overtime to the coroner. Question: how would your wife like it if I killed you in front of your daughter? How would your life alter if you was trapped in the shop of horror? Would you prefer to die today or tomorrow? See, the time you want is borrowed. Cops lying, couldn't do time behind them bars though. In due time we unite from Cali to Chicago. Mike Brown, college bound, gunned down. How the fuck am I supposed to put my guns down? To serve the banks and protect the jury. Preserve my pain and reflect its fury. My nerves in the brain neglect your weary. On the curb as they aim, I can't even trust Siri. Taking a stance, it's time that we stand. Breaking their hands so they can't shoot at us again. Forgive me, Lord, amen. Now let the operations commence. Oppression never ends, and to survive is a sin. They want to see you die before you win. Es todo la familia, ain't no such thing as friends. And my team be working weekends. Kings and queens, yeah, we feasting. Who beefing? I'm beasting. Have blood secreting from the Garden of Eden. No, I'm not preaching. Get locked, I'm not speaking. The fuck is they teaching? Complacent ass leeches. Hatred off leashes. I own it, no leases. Spit genius. My thesis, adhesive for Earth's broken pieces. My homies rest in peace. Wet the streets. Wage war. We don't trust the police. You think I'm going all out? Nah, this just a piece that just increased for the money streak. Creatures of the night creep with such delight while you asleep. Believe that they just might unleash the beast that's been kept inside. Relieved, they're thinking twice, dying for second lives. Let's make it safe for the kids. The world of tomorrow would cease to exist if we don't put aside the ignorance. Increase the pay wage, $8 ain't paying rent. Some people would say I'm a crazy asshole who's intolerant, but I'm strictly business. Benjamin's my dividends. Mr. Spectacular, yearly we stacking up lyrics, attacking you, breaking your back. Then I'm coming for next of whoever say they the best. Pack of big pens, that's choppers on deck. Metaphor, grenades tossed in the doorsteps. Bomber office instead. Can't believe what they said. Shout out Jeezy, hold it down. Middle fingers to the feds. Purple, pink, or red. I'm pouring drinks up for the dead. Strict business, kill a witness. One race, tell the difference. Rich folks power tripping. Coward snitching. Poor folks kill for pensions. Dividing bridges, won't listen. Ghost hissing, go missing. Gone fishing, go figure. Classic.
Classic. Man.
Yeah, me.
That was Son of Luca. How do you feel about listening listening to it with everyone here in the review room? And how did everyone else in here feel about that project? Let's get some good energy in the chat. Show some love to Classic. If you liked it, definitely let us know. Es todo la familia.
Ain't no
Speechless.
such thing as friends. Yeah, man. I think it was dope, man. I enjoyed it, man. I enjoy y'all being here, being a part of it, listening to it, taking me, um, allowing me into your headphones, into your living room, wherever you at watching this, allowing us into your rooms and your headphones. I appreciate y'all taking the time to hear what I have to say. It was a dope experience. I'm glad that we got to experience it together and actually hear these stories. And I appreciate y'all listening to the insights and the behind the scenes kind of thing of how everything came to be. It's definitely a dope experience. As I said, I'm grateful for every ear and that lends even a minute to what it is that I do. And every person who shares and expresses their feelings and the music. Um, it's not lost on me. I'm very grateful because as everybody who does music, there was a time where literally nobody knew you did music and nobody listened to you. So to be here now, especially after everything I've been through, pre 2016 and between 2016 and 2023, to be where I'm at, just 2 years back into this, is it's it's not lost. And again, there's plenty more where we coming from. So, if you're here for the ride now, I hope you're gonna be here down the road because it's only getting better.
It really is classic. I've listened to, a few of your previous albums, Black Sheep Chronicles. I listened to, goodness, what was the one before that? It was
the one before Black Sheep was actually The Legends Walk with Someone, and then before that was The Door with me and
The Door.
Keys.
Yeah, The Door was the last
Yeah.
one that I had listened to. I think before
Yeah.
Black Sheep Chronicles.
Yeah.
But
And
I think
I
that
appreciate that.
every album has definitely like gotten better in terms of like structure, in terms of like cohesiveness, your delivery, like switch up, like your tone on certain songs. Just
Yeah.
it's every album is gotten better, but like I said earlier, this is my favorite one so far. The production is dope. Shout out Mix RPD and anyone else who was involved in the project too. If
Yeah.
you know.
It was, man, high key, like, all love to Kill. Kill did the beats, man. All love to him.
Kill 89?
Yeah, Kill 889. Yeah, so like I said, first producer I linked up with when I jumped back in this in 2023. Um, but nothing to him, about him, against none of that, bro. When we talking about intros, outros, arrangements, how the beats sound, everything, like, um, without making the beats, I produced this album. You know what I mean? He was not like breathing over my shoulder. He wasn't checking up on me. I wasn't sending him rough drafts. None of that, bro. He trusted me with his beats to paint, and this is what I painted with him. And he's been supportive. He's been hype. He's been just a dope soul, man, to have connected with and work in this manner with, bro. But yeah, man, he gave me the beats and all the mutes, the dropouts, the tape stops. Again, the vocals on the intros and outros, 100% me. The even his vocals on like the phone call. We literally had a phone call and I recorded. I have like 30-minute audio clip that I chopped up for like 6 or 7 of those songs on that album and put there with the intent of it. So like it's when people say they executive produced the album just because they're like the only one who did it besides whoever mixed, like, bro, I literally executive produced it from the funds to the arrangements. You know what I'm saying? Everything was out of my pockets and out of my heart.
Yeah.
And then Mix RPD, he came through, and I will say, maybe selfishly on my part, I did put a time restraint on it. And it's only because I was going back and forth with how I wanted to do this. I wanted to get Keys originally because we talked about this from the beginning when it was a whole different album. He's been busy with life. I wanted my homeboy to do it. He's busy with life. I consider Gio, I did a lot of work with him before. He's busy with life. And so I was looking at like 2 other people and Mix RPD. But again, that private conversation me and Mix RPD had that one time, I was like, yo, like, on top of me telling him like, I'll get you some work. I was like, again, it was gonna be a song, but fuck it. Like, here's the album, bro. This is what I want for the reference. Here's the album I want reference. Here's some songs that I've done in the past so you can hear what I like to sound like. And then, what I mean, I'll let you do your thing, bro. I told him like, yo, I love to be involved in this because again, I do some engineering work for myself. But like I let him like mix it how you hear it. And he did just that. And when I heard it the first run, I was like, all right, so like sonically, everything sounds good. It was literally just like the effects that I had notes on. I didn't have to tell him like boost the high range. I didn't have to tell him like, put more compression on none of that, but it was literally just like turn the vocals up, turn the beat down, turn the reverb down, put a little bit more delay. It was little things like that. So he's very educated in what he does and he's very musically inclined. Yeah. So like he's that alone obviously makes it easier to work with. And then in part, me knowing the sound that I was going for and knowing the bit that I do know about engineering, just like bro, like it works so smoothly. So like, yeah, I put it on a time restraint, but because of the knowledge he has and the vision that I had and the understanding that we both had, you know what I mean? Like we got done like a week early and then everything else was literally just like tweaking it to make it better, bro. For him and for Kill to come through, because obviously without them it would have been completely different sonically, conceptually. I'm proud of it, bro. And like I said, it's just getting better. I think a lot of that is just me getting more comfortable, re-familiarized with what exactly it is that I can do. Because again, I've been doing this for over 2 decades. 2023, it was more so of this sense of I need people to know I got bars. 2024 was more so, okay, I want people to see that I do know how to arrange an album. I do know how to produce. I do know how to engineer. And I do know how to write songs. And now I'm just at the point where it's like, the only thing that I need to show now is that, I still can do this shit. And I feel like I'm still showing them, like, yo, every project that's coming, you will see that I can do this, bro. If I wanted to be on the radio, I could be on the radio, but that's not where I'm at. I'm not trying to have mass appeal. I want like cult following, cult classic type deals, you know what I'm saying? The movie Friday, everybody loves the movie Friday. It bombed in box office, bro. It sucked. It performed poorly at the theater. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But like, it's a great movie, and it for the following and the audience that it was targeted to. I never met one person that said they didn't like Friday. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like,
you about to say
the mass appeal. I mean, honestly, bro, because I met a lot of people.
I remember one person did like classic. Yeah.
Shit, hold on now.
Well, you just did.
Nah, I'm sure I met more than one, bro. Listen, your henchmen don't like me. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man.
No, yeah.
Yeah, bro. It's classic. Just getting familiar, bro.
Such an honor having you in here. My bad. I wasn't trying to cut you off. What were you saying?
No, I was just saying it's just more so just me getting re-familiar, bro, and just again trusting that I know what to do. People heard me. Like I said earlier, people hear you once and they like it. So chances are you do it again, they're gonna like that too. So less out of my head, more trust in the process. And I think, a lot of times we get caught up on like the first bar. But like, bro, just keep writing. Because at the end of the day, until you release it, it's not done, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? But and that's specifically in terms of writing. Part of it, yes, bro, because I know you get in your head a lot. Let's get all the way real, bro. This man gets in his head, bro. And we gonna 114 people know that you get in your head, bro. And I tell you, literally, I don't even have to say get out your head, bro. I just say GOYH, and you already know what I'm saying, fam. Like GOYH every time, because it's that simple, bro. But I understand, man. Like, this is what we do, and unlike a lot of people, it's not a hobby, bro. This is a livelihood. This is something we're trying to fund our lifestyle with. This is something that we're trying to make a living off of. And on top of that, this is just something that we genuinely love first and foremost.
Yeah.
But it's just it's art, and the world needs art, right? Like you always say, bro, sharing your art, sharing your heart. But even better, bro, like the word art is in the word earth. You know what I mean? So it's like the world literally needs art. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the world literally needs art, and more so than that, it's called a gift. It's not a gift if you're not sharing it and giving it to people, bro. It's just being selfish. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I mean? You gotta put it out, bro. If you like it, chances are there's thousands of people that's gonna like it. You just gotta find it and let them come to you, bro. And obviously that is um that relies on you pushing it and promoting it, which is something I and a lot of other people need to be better at doing. But again, certain things that was done in the past are gonna have revitalization period, and you see it on the timeline. But yeah, bro, honored to be here. Appreciate you having me. Appreciate you going through the album. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the platform, bro. That's why everybody say Amar's the GOAT. You know what I mean? I see it, bro. I see it. The kidnapping thing at first was a little excessive, but I'm kind of comfortable here, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? It's all right. Your henchman, he keep like side eyeing me and shit. But we'll talk when we get off stream, bro. It's all right. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's
Cool.
been really great, classic. I feel like you had a lot of great things to say. I'm gonna go back and watch this review like 2 or 3 more times, just to get some of that wisdom for a second, third time. No, really, it's been a lot of fun. I think you have a lot of great things to say. Your album was incredible. And I really can't wait to see where you go next and where this year takes you. It's only the 3rd, and you've already put out something that's a really great, body of work. So we are all excited in here to see where you go with your journey as an artist, as a hip hop extraordinaire, lyricist, MC, and producer, engineer as well. And I really hope that you can be able to like obtain that dream that you were talking about earlier about being able to make a living and stuff off your music, because I know it's hard as an artist. You said a lot of encouraging things a second ago, but is there any one last piece of advice that you want to give the artists in here before I end the stream and we say good night?
Hit me up for features, man. I'm trying to go on a crazy feature run this year, bro. I want my appears on section on Spotify to be flooded with a bunch of y'all dope music too. But also, again, don't be mad if I don't like the song and don't want to be featured on it. Besides that, you know what I'm saying? Spread your wings, be dope, keep chasing the greatness you was born to achieve, man. Because at the end of the day, it's nighttime. You know what I'm saying? Every hour, 60 minutes passes in Africa. So, you know what I mean? Just keep those gems close to your heart. Do with that what you will. And, when everything's said and done, the sentence is finished and the story is over. So, you know what I mean? Just, yo, you know what you're doing. You made it this far. You didn't make it this far to quit. If you want something, you know what I mean? Go get it. No excuses, man. When you see the setup T-Pain made to make Bartender and realize what that song did, I mean, what's your excuse, bro? I literally have people sending me voice memos through iPhone and putting them on a record, bro. Like the outro was done through voice memos for Kinetic and Divine Serenity, bro. So it's like, I mean, there's really no excuses at this point. Just if you want it, you'll make it happen. And if you don't, you just don't want it bad enough. And that's what it comes down to a lot of times. And that's okay too. You just got to be real with yourself, bro. If you want to be the next Drake, ask yourself, which I hope you don't, because that's not a good look these days, apparently. But for the sake of argument, if that's what you want to do,
cancel.
If you wanna,
I'm just playing. I'm just joking, bro.
He's, what I mean, him, not me.
Yeah.
But if that's your goal to obtain, ask yourself, is you willing to put in all the work it took to obtain that, bro? Because this man literally, he can sing, and he still goes on tour with the vocal coach to practice singing. You understand? So it's like, if you want to be at the top, ask yourself, do you want to be at the top, or do you want to put in the work to get at the top? Because for me, bro, I want to put in the work. I have no aspirations to be at the top, but I want to put in the work like I'm trying to go to the top, bro. Because that's where you find growth. That's where you find new limits. That's where you find new heights, man. A lot of people just want the lifestyle. They don't want to put in the work. So we need to be real with ourselves and ask it is like, do I want this bad enough to put in the work, or do I just like the ideal of living that life? And for most people, I'll be honest, the answer is just the ideal of living that life. And that's
to be the platform that showcases your talent, your creativity, your artistry, and thank you for coming into the review room again. And y'all, everyone in here, thank y'all for coming. Have a great night.
love.
Classic.
It'll be dope. Hit me up for features though, for real. I'm trying to go on a crazy run. Y'all don't understand.
All right, y'all. Y'all have
Much love.
Y'all have a great night. See y'all next time.
What is it that you want?
I'm just trying to figure out why I'm here.
I told you already.
Like I'm stupid.
Because you are.
What do you mean? Don't touch me.
Put him down.
Bro.
I said put him down.
Stop. Yo.
Thank you.